Yo, 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 what's up? How we feeling today, everybody? It is the Bajan Bulldozer. It is the Chocolate City Saint. It is the EST of the DMV. It is the straight edge superstar. It's your boy Steph, and this is another episode of the Top Rope Boys podcast where we talk about everything going on in the square circle. And we got a packed house in here today. It is a full house, no Danny Tanner. We got a lot going on today in the world of wrestling. A lot happened this week, actually, in the world of wrestling that we're going to talk about. But I'm gonna let my guests introduce themselves. We got some new heads. We got some returning heads. I'm gonna just let whoever get first grabs for real.
Can I go first for the simple fact that I want to talk about that intro for a second? Because
Yeah, bro,
what
I'm
the
on
fuck?
your ass. I am on your
Yo,
ass.
yo, kind sir.
Uh-huh.
I,
Let him cook. It kind of ate. I'm not gonna lie. It
Do,
kind
do you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say all that just so you don't mess it up?
I guarantee you he does because
Did
there's
you
no way
practice
he
that?
got that out first try without stuttering. He has probably done this for weeks and weeks and weeks on end in the mirror, just looking at it. But
He
anyway,
did he did this last
I,
week.
yeah, the first time I did it was last week.
I don't believe that, but sure.
And he kept
You
adding
probably
names. He kept adding names.
you probably fist bumped so hard. You got it right the first time. Yes, got it.
But what up?
There
It's
was
your boy
still
Big
there was
Effy,
still more.
aka the second Haikage. We here. I'm new, so don't bully me, please.
Ayo, what's good? It's Azure the Paradox, aka Mike, aka the Trap Game Ryan Gosling. What's up?
The trap game Ryan Gosling. Y'all want to talk about me? Anyway,
I see that's on brand for him, not for you.
He's literally me. Like, what can I say? He's literally me. Also, aka Rhea Ripley's true soulmate.
Lord
Holla,
have
Shotty.
mercy.
What's up?
oh wow.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, I guess I'll go. What's popping? It's your girl, Deja, the standard, the money, the attraction.
Hold up. I wish y'all would have told me to have something like this ready, because I definitely would have came with it. Like,
I didn't have anything planned. I told Steph the best I could do is the standard and the blueprint. Apparently, I'm Matt Morgan.
I was
Hey
like, that's
well,
y'all,
been
now
10
enough for
minutes
next time.
before.
hey y'all. It's Jacob again. They just call me Seals. I don't have a special nickname. They just call me Seals.
He is Sears.
He is Sears.
Sears is he. How's your department
No
store doing,
store.
bro?
That was
Still alive. Still alive. Slowly but
Somehow,
surely.
I was
Where did
actually
that go?
driving. I was driving not too long ago, and I seen one. I was like, I wonder if it's still open. From the looks of it, it was not.
We
Mm.
still got breath. No,
It's the
not a
one out.
strong one, but we still got
It's
breath.
the one out. It's the one out White Marsh, man. I think they're about to close that whole mall anyway. So, but anyway, let's get to wrestling.
I was about to say, there's no way I'm letting y'all spend this precious time that we got talking about the store that's about to go out of business. Anyway,
Leave my
It's
namesake
not out of
out of your
business
mouth,
yet.
stuff.
anyway, let's just jump right into it. Let's talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw this week. Just to give context, we are recording this on March 30th, 2025. So last week they were in Scotland, right? Yes, Scotland.
Oi,
London.
Scotland, yeah?
Yeah,
Thought they were
they
in
were in
London.
Scotland on Monday, and
No,
of course,
SmackDown was in London. My bad.
Oh,
yeah,
who was in London?
SmackDown was in London. Raw was in Scotland.
I'm going to leave my joke.
Ooh,
Anyway, the show starts off with Cody and Cena. Cena comes out giving another very intense and very high energy promo about how all of us as fans are wrong for loving him and for encouraging him, and once again furthering the breakup. What did y'all think?
he didn't break up with me. That's all I got to say. He ain't break up with me. He broke up with
He
y'all.
hates that child so much. I've never seen someone hate on a little white boy so hard since like
I can't.
Voldemort.
I can't even say the fact that he's hating on this child. We're essentially proving his point on how we have memeified this child. It's bad. Like I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
this one little kid's face, probably maybe his first show, came in, Cena dripped out. Ah, embarrassed. memed.
I mean, if his parents can afford to get them like front row seats one time, they can afford to get him some therapy. Like, come on.
You would think, but some people are crazy enough to buy phone with tickets and then not have money for anything else.
That part.
I know.
That
Did y'all
part.
peep the
That's just bad
European version
parenting.
of Green Shirt guy was there?
Yes,
That's who I want to
sir.
be when I grow
Hold
up.
up. There's a European
International.
version of Green Shirt Guy?
Yes, it was the
Yes,
European
there's
version.
a European version of Green Shirt Guy.
They got one
Oh
for
my
every
God.
country.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I want to be him when I grow up. So bad. So bad.
So
You
getting
gotta
back
pick
to
color.
Steph's question, I'm just gonna start off. I think and say that I think that that promo by John Cena was like really just took it to a whole new level. That's like how he's gonna ruin, like destroy what we enjoy and love. It made him a lot more hateable. Did he need it? No, but I think it just took the whole rivalry and his whole last rest of the year to a whole new level.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is almost starting to feel like for me, CM Punk, CM Punk and John Cena's old feud back when they still had the Spinner Championship. CM Punk left the WWE
Oh,
with the belt. This is what that's starting to feel like for me.
and I'm so happy you said that because my favorite match of all time is their Money in the Bank match, bro, during that feud.
I forgot about that match. That was
How
Bro,
did you
it's
ever
so
forget about that match?
That match
it
was
happened
You can't
so
forget about that
long
match.
ago. I'm not necessarily I don't remember the match in its entirety, but I know the moment. If somebody brings it up, I know the moment, you know.
like modern wrestling can connect to that, like to that moment. Like everything we know today is connected to that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but no. I speaking of which, I'm just gonna come out and say it. I was talking to this with some of you guys earlier. I honestly believe that they are letting Cody kind of run the gambit with these last two segments because they are saving Cody from the fine speech and him getting absolutely dog walked on the mic. Not saying that Cody
Yes,
is bad.
100%.
I think Cody has incredibly strong moments on the mic. However, this is John fucking Cena. This is going to be the workout of his life.
That
Agreed.
part.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Bro, because what is keeping Cody from getting obliterated by a fine speech, bro? Like if that shit gets pulled out, bro, he's done for. It's over.
Nothing.
Give him the belt. Them two words is gonna end his entire reign.
Maybe that's the one we get the Monday before Mania,
Oh my god.
and I'm okay
Most
with that.
Where we get it at Mania, they
That'd be
No,
coming
the
out,
thing
crazy.
is,
they doing their shit.
if
There's no promos, but like they can give us a little moment right before the
They
match.
used to.
depending on, I was gonna say, depending on like what sources you see and what dirt sheets you believe on the internet or whatever, things like that. Apparently, this coming tomorrow, let me just be completely transparent. Apparently, tomorrow is supposed to be Cena's last appearance before 41. So I think, if anything, this is the time that we get it. Because let's be honest, last week, Cody was ready to fight him before Cena even let out a word. Like, for real, for real. So that tells me that they are holding that back because Cena is about to give the promo of his life.
Agreed.
I'm waiting for it.
Part.
Unrelated. Can we just talk about Cody's suit?
Oh no, Cody stayed dripped out with the suits.
He be
I
having that
think
shit
that was
on.
a spiffy ass suit, and then the fact that he was just ready to tear that shit up. I said, I know Brandy's back there just shaking her head.
Bro,
And while we're on the Cody Rhodes topic, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. Sorry.
bro, shout out to the European crowd. Shout out to the Scotland crowd because that is a goaded chant. That is a goaded
Once
chant.
we get the SmackDown, there's another one.
Oh yeah. No, most definitely.
Yeah.
But, all right, just real quick, since we are talking about Cena, I'm just gonna segue right into it. I've been wanting to do this topic for a while, especially with all the return, and just to give the GOAT his flowers. Let's talk about some of our favorite Cena promos real quick. We can just do this real quick. Just everyone give their favorite and tell us why. Um, anyone want to start, or do you want me to start?
You can start.
All right,
Facts.
I'm gonna be honest. Mine is when he dog walked Roman It's called a promo. You have to give one in order to be the big dog in this business. Because if you
I'm
think
still. Oh yeah,
about,
I remember that promo. Cause I'm still here. Cause you can't do your job. I
yeah,
remember that
bro,
promo.
once he said that shit, fell out flat on my floor laughing because it was the truest shit ever. Like this was like the start, maybe not the start, but he was definitely like becoming more of a movie star than a WWE star at that time in his career. And so it was in the sense of like, oh, it was very clear that Vince was trying to position Roman to be the big guy, to be the big
Hmm.
dog. He wasn't the big dog era, but let's be so for real. Up until probably around pandemic era, maybe a little bit before then, Roman was not the best on the mic.
Hmm.
I agree. He
So
barely cut promo.
yeah, so watching him get embarrassed by Cena during that moment was so hilarious because Roman had all the confidence during that segment when he was following script. And then because WWE is so much improv, which I think we talked about last week when we talked about the Charlotte and Tiffy segment, like John was just like, hey, fuck it. I'm gonna throw you a curveball. And then it just ended up proceeding to be, I don't think it, I don't know where I would rank it in terms of all-time promos, but it's definitely in the conversation.
I'll go
But
next because I don't have a specific one. Because I don't really have a specific John Cena promo that stands out in my head that I'm like, oh yeah, I love this one. I just love it whenever he comes back from Hollywood. We're gonna say his Hollywood Cena era, where he just cut
yeah.
the same thing every time. It's like, I'm back because you can't do what you need to do. Let me sit here and run down the list on why you're not shit, why I'm better than you. Because I'm always gonna pop.
Oh,
I'm always gonna pop.
um,
There's a couple of
like
superstars he did that too.
no, he did that to AJ Styles. He did that to Theory. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
he did it
it's
to
always
KO at
gonna.
one point.
yeah.
I think you did, but it's always gonna get me going because I'm like, oh my god, you're not wrong, but like, why would you say that,
Oh my God, Jonathan.
Jonathan?
Uh-oh.
Not
Jonathan,
Jonathan.
Jonathan
Jonathan
Felix Cena, how
Cena.
dare you?
But anybody else got any favorites or yeah.
You kind of snatched my favorite.
Dang, I took your fave.
Yeah, it's a good.
It is. It's a really good one. Um, we talked. I think I touched on the Austin Theory one earlier. I really like that one because Austin Theory. They were in Boston. They put Austin Theory, who was like barely maybe like a year into the company, on the main roster at that point. He's U.S. champion. They put him up against Cena in his hometown, and they say, "Hey, go out there and try and stand toe to toe on the mic with Cena." And then John Cena proceeds to say, "I'll do you a favor, kid. Stop talking, turn around, walk out the ring, and we will let you live."
Damn.
That's
That's
my goat,
cold, bro.
man.
That's
That's
cold,
my
bro.
goat.
You see why I don't have a specific favorite one? Like, cause what?
That's
Each
cold,
one gets
bro.
worse each time.
And
How
Cena's
do
one
you
of the
even come
few
back from that?
superstars that can get away with that
He did
Yeah.
it.
and not
He,
get smacked.
he
Yeah,
doesn't.
like you
Yeah,
can't.
he Theory didn't come back from that. He's still dead from it. He might have won the match, but he definitely lost the war.
Bro, oh my God. The fact let- and Deja and I were talking about this when everybody was over at my house for the Elimination Chamber. The fact that John Cena put over Austin Theory, I get it. You want to give to the next generation, but oh my God, that was not the time.
It was not the time. It was indeed not the time.
Nope.
I think the problem was Vince was trying to push him too high, too fast. And Theory will
Yeah.
get there. I definitely think Theory has the potential to get there. He's going to be another one that's like in a few years' time is going to be running the division, but that was not the time, baby. That was not the time.
I think my new favorite promo from John Cena might have been the one from 2 weeks ago, just because like he
Oh
like
yeah.
just
Yeah,
because
same.
it's like his forced way of watching himself, and like it wasn't forced. Like it's this time so national, but I think we're forgetting about the promo he had with The Rock when he called out The Rock for having his lines on his wrist.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
Yep.
how have we not mentioned that one yet? Like, that was like no wait, I didn't even realize that was a thing until I saw videos about it later on. But like the fact that he had the balls to do that with the Rock, like
Also, that's a promo that started real life beef. That was real
yeah.
life beefing after that.
Yeah,
I thought they were
they
beefing
was.
before that promo.
Look, what mm, they may have been beefing a little bit before that, but that definitely upped it.
Probably
Because
because
like
at
we
that point, all you had to do, like all The Rock could do was shoot him at that point. Because why would you call me out like that?
Shoot.
That's all he had. All he literally could do at that point. Because why would you sit here and call me out in front of these people, Jonathan?
Okay, why are we calling this man Jonathan? This is why he hate us, guys. This is why he hate us.
He hates y'all, not me. He didn't break up with me. He broke up.
No,
with me.
he said the name.
He was
He
talking
said
to
your name.
everybody, but
He said your name.
everyone but me.
I don't know. I feel like he
Y'all-
made eye contact when he said he hates you.
Yeah, I
He
hold
did
your
that.
name.
Like direct eye contact.
He
Yeah.
did not make direct eye contact. He broke up with everyone but me. Y'all
I was
Eye
there.
contact. He ran
looked
his
into
hand
that-
through your hair the second that he said "I hate you." I
He
don't know,
looked
it was
into the
kinda
main.
personal.
He looked into the main camera. That means he was looking into everybody's soul when he said it.
He was not talking to
Exactly.
me. Y'all will never make me hit my goat. Sorry, not sorry. Cody, love you down.
Oh.
But I will be rooting for
Nah,
Cena.
we don't hate him. We don't hate him.
we just
I mean,
acknowledge that he broke
he
up with
was
us.
If anything, I like him more because he hates me.
He doesn't hate me. He wasn't talking to me.
He said himself, it's a toxic relationship. He abuses us and we like it. So
Hey yo,
But
I'm not
nah,
into that
I
kind of
think-
thing, bro.
I
Oh
don't
my
know if
God.
I don't know if it's like that. Like maybe for you,
no,
it's
not
cool
like
with you,
that,
man.
y'all.
Like
Not like that.
I'm only taking that from real, like EOs and like from John. I don't know. I might got to uphold or something. I don't know. I ain't letting him do all that to me. But like, do you, bro?
But no. So I think the best part about this and the fact that we haven't been able to like, or at least a lot of us haven't been able to decide on like a true favorite and that we just have so many hits is that just John on the mic is really a return to form. And we got another, in my opinion, what I think is a return to form this week on Raw. We got to see the Usos reunite, y'all.
Uso.
My
We
only
gotta take a
downside,
visit.
the only downside, why did they have to make it a mystery?
Okay,
That's my
okay.
only,
I,
my only one. I hate
you know,
right now the
Yeah, that shit
vibes,
was
but that's
kinda-
the
that shit was
only
kinda
critique.
gas.
That's it. That's the only one.
Oh no, absolutely.
It-
I fully agree.
it was purely for suspense. Yes, the fans knew it was probably going to be Jimmy. You know, y'all ran the tag division for 10 plus years. Why wouldn't it be Jimmy?
I'm
But
not
you
gonna lie.
know,
Yeah, I was a little delusional because the second that got announced, I saw on Twitter Joe Hendry gonna talk about some. He said my name, and I'm like, wait a minute, is it Joe Hendry? Is he the mystery guest?
You know
No,
how iconic it would have been.
we were on here loud and wrong last week. Let us be clear. We were on here loud and wrong because we thought, oh, they're in Scotland. It's gotta be Joe.
It
Nope.
has to be.
I was hoping for Joe.
And
nah.
I thought it would be Joe because WWE been so great at TNA lately. Like they've been giving TNA just so much. I thought, yeah,
Absolutely.
let's bring the TNA World Champion to the international stage, to back to his hometown, to team up with one of our biggest faces. Like imagine the love TNA would have got for that. I'm so pissed with him.
Yeah, they already had him for the Royal Rumble. Like, you might as well make him come back. Yeah, already in
Yeah.
the city.
I was definitely screaming.
I'm not
for
gonna
that
lie.
when he hit the Rumble.
Yeah.
I
When
remember we were at the crib. We literally said this nigga name, and he actually appeared. Like, what? Oh, that was the top 10
bro,
moment.
it was, but the fact that we got them back after like 632 days, I think, if the internet's
Why are
correct.
you keeping tabs on it.
Facts.
Y'all
That-
are keeping
I saw
tabs on it.
I saw it on Twitter. I saw it on Twitter.
Oh, wow.
the
But-
fact that you remembered that somebody took the time to keep track of that number is insane.
He posted it on Twitter. Let's make that go. He posted it on Twitter. You didn't see it. He posted it.
We found Steph's burner.
Ah,
But nah, either way, the fact that they went that long without being together as like a formal tag team, and now we got to see them as a return to form. I'm not gonna lie, I like, yes, I like seeing both of them as single superstars. I think that Jimmy should get the U.S. title. I think that Gunther should lose to Jay at Mania. But
Yes.
also, I would like to see them as a tag team one more time. Just one more run.
We just did.
You know what I mean? I need a
They,
full run. I
they
need a
can tag
full
when they
run
get
of
the
them
titles
running the
back.
gauntlet. Because
How about when
I'm
they
going,
both get their singles titles and then
That's
they
what I'm
come
saying.
back and go get a tag
And
belt?
then they get the tag title. They're both double champions. Boom.
I ain't gonna lie, that would be crazy. And if that happened, I would finally have to start believing all the people that say that the Samoans run the WWE. I'm not gonna.
You don't
They
believe it
finally
now?
You don't believe it now? Excuse
No,
me?
no, 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 no. Because let me clarify. They say it as if this hasn't already been happening. You get what I'm saying? They say it as if there's any difference as a defamatory statement. No, like obviously, bro, the family is the storyline of 2K25. Trust me, they run this business.
Yeah,
They
that shit
run
was kind of
WWE.
gassed.
They've been running this business. Every era you turn around, there's a Samoan in there somewhere.
They've been running this business since Sika and Alpha. Trust me, I'm very well aware. Is
So I'm not
Bro,
gonna lie. It makes sense for Jay's story, and I love the fact that they both users back together.
mhm.
But I kind of hate the fact that it's with Jimmy. Just because I feel like it like derails Jimmy's track to road to WrestleMania for the US
Mhm.
title.
You
Like,
know, I don't disagree with you.
but
Um,
now it seems like either Jimmy's gonna get beat up by Gunther tomorrow, and we won't see him again until post WrestleMania, or Jimmy's gonna come back at WrestleMania and help Jay win the title after like a Luger Kaiser interference, something like that.
if that
I,
happens,
I,
I'm going to be so mad. I'm not gonna lie.
the only thing I will
Why is
disagree
there
with you
tears in your
on
voice?
there, it's the Ludwig Kaiser interference. I think Kaiser's too bent up his own ass right now to even focus on what Gunther's doing.
Oh no, I completely understand. I was just throwing out off the top of my head, like how is this starting to shape up? Like it's taking Jimmy away from the US title picture. And I'm upset.
I definitely agree with you there. He's definitely about to be cannon fodder tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Hmm. And
Hey,
that's
Yeah,
I
but
mean that
if it gives us Crash Out Jay back, man, like
oh
that
yeah,
puts the battery back in his back. Hell yeah, I'm all with it.
we need
yeah,
right hand man Jay.
the
Because
same
I
thing.
I've
think
been
this last
teasing the Crash Out Jay shit. Like I ain't seen no crashing out yet. I don't know.
While we're on the
literally what I said
topic of
last week.
Jimmy, can we talk about that smack, please? Like
Oh please.
when I tell you, Jimmy smacked the piss out of that man.
He indeed did.
Me personally, I'm not
Bro.
taking that level of disrespect just sitting there.
On live TV at that.
Facts,
International. Live
Gunther's gonna
stream.
have to crash out on him tomorrow. If not, use a bitch. I'm sorry, Gunther. No, I'm
I
not.
have a serious, genuine question. A genuine.
Mhm.
Who do y'all think is actually winning the Smash at Mania? Like genuinely.
Jay.
I'm a
Jey
delusional
Uso.
man. I'm giving it to Jay. He
Yeah,
gonna
My
I
super
word.
feel like
kick to
I
Four
freedom.
letters.
He
I
gonna
feel like
super kick to freedom, man.
Gage.
like I feel like it has to be I feel like Jay has to win or else what has been the point of like the last 6 months?
Exactly.
That part.
I agree. I hope it pans in Jay's favor. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm just sit there. The same look I had 2 years ago when Cody didn't win at Mania 39 is gonna be my face if Jay Uso does not win. Because then what the fuck was the point? I still stand behind Cody should have won at 39. Granted, 40 turned out great. But yeah,
All
that's how I feel
all
about
I'm saying is you can't let John Cena lose the Royal Rumble on a farewell tour for nothing.
Mhm.
Now you want to
That's
talk about
true.
that, Heiser? I've been spewing it. I've been saying we're getting to 17. I don't care how. You had your story last year. Guess what?
Oh no, it's happening. I know 17 is happening.
17 is
Because
17 is definitely happening.
there's no way you do not have 17 happen. You bring John Cena back for what? For him to lose everything? No.
17 is happening, guys. They might as well go ahead and get the t-shirt.
It's happening.
17 is definitely happening. But yeah, so oh my God. Real quick, just to close out at least this part of our Raw recap. The fact that they made the botch from last week part of the storyline, I'm not gonna
Really good
lie, I
choice.
gotta give the
Great
writers room a
choice.
little bit of credit.
They ate.
Good save.
They
It's
ate
a
with
good
that.
save.
He said, what did Jimmy say? You were doing that dive for 15 years, Oos. What you doing?
Looking sloppy, Jay. All right, we know you've been in the gym and shit, but damn, bro, you ain't get that big. Fuck. You hit that
Nah,
dive too long.
watching Jay try and do that dive was like when Seth tried to do it after the knee injury, and he was like, "Oh, I can't do this no
Oh,
more."
yeah.
Pre knee injury Rollins was absolutely fucking insane. He's still good now, but when you watch his old clips, yeah.
Yeah, different
You,
breed. But
you,
no,
yeah. Pre-knee, he was still hitting Falcon arrow cells. He don't hit those no more.
not
Mm-mm.
more. No, his body can't do that. Uh,
Low-key, I think they're gonna make Jay hit this dive at Mania, and if he misses it, child.
yo, if he misses it, the
It's out
internet will have will have. Oh my God, I can't even get
Nah,
the words out. They
I
are
think
going to run with it so much.
Child, I
he's
guess
gonna miss it. He's gonna miss his first one, so Jay has a developmental moment in the middle of the match.
I don't know. I don't think it's safe enough space to be having developmentals.
I was about to say, I already
I'll,
declined from my life as a J fan. But anyway, real quick, does anyone have any last minute thoughts on this match before we go pay some bills?
nah.
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 Pay some
Hey man,
bills. What?
The Usos back. We gonna see y'all after this quick little commercial break. We gotta go pay some bills.
Yeah, cleared up the good, got fam. Came up my sisters, came up my mans. Said that I'm not one of them. Pop out, she get pop, ooh, at the band. Pop out, she get pop. Hey, pop out, she get pop, ooh, at the band. Pop out, she get pop. Pop out, she get pop, ooh, at the band.
All right, we back. Bills paid. Appreciate you, everybody. But what was I saying? Then after we had the Usos reunion, we had Lyra Valkyria versus Raquel Rodriguez, and I'm not gonna lie, it scared me a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan of Raquel. I thought the potential of them two belting Raquel, that was a little scary because I could not, I wouldn't be able to stand her being tag team champion, taking the belt off Naomi and Bianca with Liv, and also taking the belt off Lyra. And I'm not even that big of a Lyra fan. However, I will say this match, actually, it's not even just this match because she tapped back into that NXT Lyra. Like she was able to show that she could put on real graps with this match. But
Hmm.
it definitely was a little bit more than what I initially expected, if that makes any sense. What you guys think?
Yeah.
Lyra was fighting for her life, for real.
She had to, bro. Raquel big as shit. It's a very large 2x4.
Not a 2x4.
Do you guys not remember the last time the time he fought Nia Jax? Like
Oh
she went
yeah.
through some, she went through before. She knew what she had to do.
She knew she couldn't go at it with her usual grappling style. She had to go at it a different way.
Yeah, which I thought made it which I thought made it fairly enjoyable because, like you said, they have two completely different styles of like wrestling. So I always like the almost David and Goliath, Tom and Jerry situation of like, damn, how am I going to get around this one?
Like I think it was a good match for Raquel as well because she was injured for the longest time. Then she came back to be a bodyguard for Liv Morgan. Like
Yeah,
before she left, she was set up for success. Like this was a return full match for her as well, and it kind of
I
put
agree.
it kind of reminded people of who she was.
I agree.
Yeah,
I definitely reminded them that Raquel has more to her than just being the lady with the big back.
Mhm.
Literally.
the lady
Yeah,
with the big back
That
is
part.
insane.
I was just praying to God that this man Triple H was not about to belt up that Trumpy. I was so happy that Lyra retained.
Not gonna lie, that too, but if somebody
Yeah,
said it on
realize that.
Twitter, they were like, if we went by that standard, y'all, half that damn roster would be canceled, and it would be. It would be.
Hmm.
Nah, for
Very much
real.
so. Very much.
This is the one time I gotta separate the art from the artist. Any other time, fuck that.
But no, it was a really good match. And then, of course, we got the segment for the newest addition to the Raw roster, El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
Boo!
Chad, Natty boy.
Let me just say this now. Boo!
Can we talk
Boo
about how
him.
Michael Cole literally is convinced that it's Chad Gable? We love it.
Is
First
it
of all,
not
it
just
is.
Chad Gable? Is it not
We
just
know.
Chad Gable?
It's funny.
It is Chad Gable. Secondly,
He slipped up during commentary. He's talking about that's a wonderful suplex from Gable. I mean, El
Bro had to look at the script. Like,
No,
whoops.
no. See, that's Michael Cole. I'm not going to do him like that. I like he's like he's selling the fact that like everybody thinks it's him. So like I'm not going to let you do him like that. We stand Michael Cole.
Oh no,
I
Michael
do.
Cole
Michael
is the
Cole's
GOAT.
hilarious.
love Big
I
Mikey
will
C.
say, I will say though, the fact that the segment was all AI already annoyed me. Cool, whatever. We move
Yeah,
on.
that
Show
shit irritated the hell out of me.
show goes. And then Chad pulls the whole I'm sick, I can't do the match against Dragon Lee. So he sets up against El Grande Americano. And so he comes out the gate trying to unmask Dragon Lee, my underrated king.
Yeah, that was no. He didn't try. He did.
He did.
How disrespectful.
He did him so
That was
dirty.
mad disrespectful.
He doesn't deserve this. He does not deserve this. I- As an
I'm just
LWO
confused.
fan, I was so hurt.
I'm just confused where this is going from storyline point. Because
Same.
like he went away because he lost a Penta. And he's coming back and beefing with LWO. Like, what's going on here? What is the end game here? Like,
Penta does
I
not have
guess they
something
don't want to.
bother with this.
They don't want to put Pence in too much shit as he's already intertwined with Braun Breaker and I guess Ludwig, but I guess their beef is over.
yeah, I'm just so confused. Like,
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
lie.
know.
As soon as Sears asked that question, the first thing I said was, Chad said they all look alike. Fuck it, they can all get it.
Hey, yo.
I'm not gonna lie. That's where I'm kind of thinking this is going. Some way, somehow,
Hey,
it's
yo.
American made versus all the Hispanics. Not gonna lie.
So what's next? You bring Los Garza over from fucking SmackDown?
I said all the Hispanics, didn't I? Andrade needs something to do.
Andrade ain't got nothing to do since he done got divorced with Charlotte. Andrade been stuck in catering ever since the papers got signed.
Child.
That was
I
part of the
mean, I
divorce.
feel like that's more of a plus for him. He can go be a good dad now.
Charlotte got all the television rights in the divorce.
He can go be a good dad now.
Child, that poor woman. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
I know we normally don't feel bad for Charlotte Flair. I did kind of feel bad for her in that regard because that sucks.
I don't.
They look so happy.
Between her and her daddy, they got 7 divorces. Nah.
well, it's 17.
They hit 17 before Cena. Hey, yo.
Look, they can't help it that they fall in love. They're not the problem, guys. It's these hoes. You can't love these hoes. That's the problem.
Oh,
I mean, if they got 17 divorces, clearly they're the problem.
I don't know. Well, Rick's problem
It's
is
a scientific method.
Rick's problem is he just loved too hard. That's his issue. He just loved too hard.
Oh my God, that's y'all got me geeking. But yeah, we have the El Grande versus Dragon Lee match, which again, just like Sears said, I'm so confused on where this goes as a story. Like, what is the point? What are we building to? But hey, man, Dragon Lee's getting airtime. So what do I know? What do I care?
You know what it should end up with, since they want to keep running this whole, oh, it's not Chad, really? Like, they should have, like, one of those, like, you know how, like, MF Doom had the imposter MF Doom's performing? Like,
Yeah.
Chad should pull up and, like, fight El Grande Americano, but just another wrestler that doesn't match the exact person, like, just like in the costume with the mask on. Like, hey, see, they're in the same room together. Chad isn't El Grande Americano. They're like a little fake match, and then Chad swaps out for some reason, and then like, I won. Chad's out for good or whatever. I don't know, but like it would be fun to have like a little imposter match between the two of them. Air quotes, the two of them.
Nah, fuck it. Where's Sami Zayn now? We need El Grande Americano versus El Generico. El Generico. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Hey yo.
But no, let's get going. Let's keep it going with this Raw recap. Io, Bianca, and Rhea.
Sorry, got excited.
All right then. Io, Bianca, and Rhea had their signing for the match at WrestleMania. I'm not gonna lie, this segment was a lot, and this segment just told me that Adam Pearce is definitely the most stressed out GM.
He is.
As he should
Can I
be. Like,
can
It's
I
him or
say
Ava.
something here?
it's definitely him,
Can I say something here?
Go ahead.
I guess.
If not, I guess if Rhea somehow gets this title back on Monday, I'm gonna throw a fit.
I will throw
Yes,
I'm gonna throw a fit.
I full-heartedly
She
agree.
has no business being in this go round.
Absolutely.
No
Absolutely.
business being in this go round.
It does nothing
You
for
can
her character or for Io or for Bianca for Rhea to win at all. And like
you
that's me
cannot tell me.
as a Rhea fan. Like what the angles that they're going with her right now, she don't need the title. Like she needs to
No.
lose this for the plot.
It,
Still
need-
needs to retain, and then yeah,
it needs to be a double DQ, like what it needs to be. Bianca needs to start acting like a heel and attack both of them during the match.
I agree,
So hard.
and I'm glad Rhea.
You might
I'm
be
glad
cooking
Rhea-
serious.
I've been saying this for a long time. Bianca's going to be a heel. Like, it's going to start with her attacking both of them, setting up the triple threat match. She's going to do something to win, and then we get a heel Bianca versus a face Rhea Ripley.
I feel like heel Rhea is probably coming a lot sooner, just from what like that one promo they had where her like all heartbroken. Then like the very next Raw episode, she's all like, Bianca, you sabotaged my match." Like, what? Like, were your writers just not talking to each other when y'all wrote these promos?
And
Mhm.
Because you were just talking
that's the
about
part that pisses me off though.
yeah.
Like, Rhea, this is your fault you lost the belt. You decided to take your eyes off of your opponent. She was just there to see who was she fighting at WrestleMania. She wasn't trying to encourage Io or something. You took your eye off the ball. You brought this upon yourself. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. And that first promo literally like laid that all out and like put all the blame on her solely. And like, all right, cool. We got some plot development. Very next episode of Raw, they walked all of it back. Ugh, writers, man.
There's some miscommunication going on in that writers' room, bro.
Mm-mm-mm.
They playing telephone in there.
Clearly.
But no. Honestly, I think though, because the writing's on the wall, we know the triple threat match is coming. No one can tell me that Rhea isn't the heel in the storyline. I don't care. Shout out to Before the Bell podcast. I heard one of them say that the only reason that Rhea is in this match is because of white woman privilege, and I kind of died of laughter.
They're not wrong. They are not
But
wrong.
imagine, so we know that Bianca's going to be the guest referee next week. Imagine that Bianca tries to pull like a CM Punk, and when Rhea has a EO pin, she goes for the 3 count, but actually just does the 2, kind of like Punk did when he guest refereed.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think it would be derivative because obviously it's a rehash from something that we literally just saw last year. But what more can you do in that scenario to kind of build any more heat or momentum on this storyline, if that makes any sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. It's literally just Adam Pearce is stressed out. Rhea is using white woman privilege. Love you still though, Rhea.
Love her down.
Mommy.
All right, let's get to
It's-
this. Let's
But
just
it's
get to the
also
main.
really it's also insane though because like they're doing all these rematches and stuff. Her for the title again. Like it's gonna be real crazy when EO sweep that 5-0 streak on Rhea tomorrow.
No, for real. Bless my
Facts.
my girl
Like
EO.
5-0.
Love her
Mhm.
down. But EO is walking out of Mania as champ, guys. It's about damn.
Thank you. I need EO to retain as
About
champ. And if
I
she
don't
don't
know
retain
about
as champ,
that
I need an
Sure,
one.
you
Asuka
will
return.
get
The
jumped.
She
only
retains
only
on
way
Monday, but she loses at Mania. I'm
She's
I
just
don't want
saying.
Bianca to win. I'm
at
sorry. The
Mania.
only way I will like allow EO to lose is if there's an Asuka return like imminent right after or during the match. Like I don't see there being any other like it would just ruin like all the plot development that they've been going at for EO. Like it would just I feel like that just and plus Bianca has too much going on story wise to be champ as well. I feel like
But
it's just not
but
right timing.
it will work if she's a heel champion. I'm just saying this. Make her a heel champion. Make it reveal that she worked with Naomi for this whole steam. And
Whoa.
I feel like that's too
I've
deep. I
been
feel like that's too much. I feel like that's too complicated though.
is it
Whoa.
though?
Working with Naomi?
I've been saying this for the
Um,
longest time. I think Bianca is the one behind the Jay Cardell attack. I think she was jealous about the attention that Jay had been getting since signing with the WWE.
Oh,
Make push on
100%.
heel. Supposedly the draft is coming up. We might get them on the same brands, and then
yeah, the draft happens before Mania. No, after
Yeah,
Mania.
after.
I'm just, I'm
Yeah,
just,
after Mania.
I'm just saying when the will is away, and I think the will is a heel. Bianca was a face Jay Cardell.
I agree. I don't think we necessarily need the championship to get there.
No, I think Jade could pop up and DQ Bianca out of the triple threat at Mania, and that's how you set that up.
There's no DQs in triple threat. She could just beat the shit out of her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
it.
don't even
Yeah.
think we're gonna get the triple
Yeah.
threat at Mania. I think after what happens Monday, it'll be done, and then it will all get
Really?
resolved. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a triple threat. At least in my opinion, I don't think.
You're
I'm
Well,
just mad
I
that
don't,
they're not
but
main
to be
eventing.
fair, I don't want it to happen. Let me rephrase that. I don't want the triple threat to happen.
Boo. Boo.
I don't.
As
Boo.
long as EO up there,
I
I
want
don't
it
care
to
what
be
happens.
Io and Bianca at Mania. That's all I want.
Do you
I
think they're gonna
want
have a
that match
West?
to stay there.
Do you think they're gonna have a WrestleMania without the biggest female star they've have with all WrestleMania without Io Sky? You're crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna end up being a triple threat. Rhea's gonna pop that privilege out at the last
I
second.
know. I just don't want it to happen. I want Io to get her one-on-one WrestleMania match. That's all I want.
That's what I feel like it's gonna
But
be.
We
right
Like
know.
here.
Jade is gonna probably like
Yeah,
take Bianca
she
out
had it
early in
last
the
year.
match. It's gonna be a one at Mania between Rhea and Io, and Io's gonna go 6-0.
Just put it like this. We're gonna get the triple threat. The goal is that Rhea does not win. Anybody but Rhea needs to win this title. Anybody
No,
but
for
Rhea.
real.
Love
I
Anybody
agree
but
now.
with that.
Rhea.
Okay,
She needs
that's
to be
fair.
away from the championship scene for a minute. Like I said it last week, we need to start normalizing what? Having matches where, bitch, I don't like you, you don't like me, so let's fight about it. Not just, oh, we're beefing over the title, because then it gets a little redundant. So anybody but Rhea needs to win this match come Mania.
Like I said last week, wrestling is already RuPaul's Drag Race for straight men. Let's throw in some Bad Girls Club as well.
We on baddies.
Ah,
We're on Baddie's time now.
Which one of y'all gonna be Natalie Nunn? Anyway,
You see
so
Raquel Shin?
all right. Anyway, so the main event was Penta versus Braun, right?
Seth, are you
For the
gonna hit
I-
it with me? Are you gonna hit it with me?
I'm not gonna hit it with you for the IC title. It was Penta versus Braun for the IC title, and I will tell
Zero.
you
Media. Sorry.
what.
Couldn't help myself.
Anyway,
Couldn't help
no,
You
myself.
gotta
no,
hit it.
this is
Everybody say his name, you gotta hit it.
Zero.
At all.
Yeah.
Media.
All right. Anyway, it was Penta versus Braun for the IC title, and I'm not gonna lie, this was definitely a main event worthy match. I was a little worried when they said it was going to be the main event, just because these guys are definitely both heavy in the mid card scene, and so I felt like giving them that responsibility, especially seeing as we're building to Mania. Like I get it makes sense the placement of the match from a story perspective, but also I was like, damn, y'all are really trusting these two. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I was excited, and man, I'm gonna just hold my thoughts real quick. What did y'all think? What did y'all think?
I see nothing wrong with the mid card title being a main event of a random night. Now, granted, if it's a mid card title that's like the main event of a PLE, then that's a whole different problem. But for a random Monday Night Raw, I'm okay with it. They did very well. I enjoyed that match a lot.
Bro, it was so good.
Yeah, it was a great match. They both look good. Penta definitely gonna have to spin the block on Braun.
No,
Absolutely.
Pentagon have to spin the block on a couple of people after how that match went. But let me not cut off Deja. Deja, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say absolutely. I'm behind Cero. Miedo.
Miedo.
I'd be hitting them bitches all day at work, just randomly. Not gonna lie. Love that guy down. I think it was a great match. I think Penta is about to do some big things, and I agree wholeheartedly. It's nothing wrong with mid card titles, main eventing, random Monday Night Raws. I agree with Isaiah. It shouldn't be, PLEs. That's where the issue stems from. And this match showed why it deserved to be in the main event and not just randomly in the middle of the 2 hour show.
That's fair. That's fair. Man, I'm not gonna lie. So Penta and Braun go at it for a little minute. First off, when Braun literally just lifts up Penta and then like lifts his whole body up and slams him down, the fury in this man Braun's face. Now I get it. That's his whole character, but that was a different level of fury that was unlocked. That was like a different level of aura. Almost like a couple of weeks
I'm
ago on
sorry, do
SmackDown.
you forget who nephew he is?
Oh no, no, no. I'm aware. We know he got that Steiner blood in him. We know. We know. Come on. Don't
Nothing
do me
but
like that.
nothing but tan angry men. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
No, for real. But actually, that gets into my next point. He was definitely channeling both of them boys, especially when he hit that Frankenstein. Oh my God. Speaking of which, I'm not gonna lie, this might be a hot take. I like his Frankensteiner more than was it his pops or his uncle that hit it? I think it was his uncle that used to hit the Frankensteiner before.
It was his uncle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I like his. I think it's a lot more. I think it's a little bit more polished than his pops, but I mean than his uncle's. But that makes sense for what his uncle was at the time.
Shows so much more athleticism too. He just gets up
Yeah.
there.
Agreed. I don't think
Braun is a
it's really a hot
freak.
take.
Yeah,
Mm.
that man is a freak in nature.
No, he is genuinely, and bro, the thing that annoyed me before that match was that he gave a promo, which I think is probably the best promo I've seen him give so far, and they only posted it on the socials. They could have put that in the middle. They could have put that in the middle of the episode. It was a promo of him calling up Penta. I'm gonna send it. Oh my God. If hopefully someone please, I implore all of you listening and watching on YouTube, go look for this on the WWE socials. It is amazing. He's like, man, Penta, come show everybody in the WWE universe that you're worth all the money that we're spending on your pyro, all the money that we're spending on your little walk, all the money that we're spending each and every match. I was like, oh. He said, come show, come show the WWE universe that you're worth all the time we're spending putting you over. I said, oh,
Damn,
That might have cooked, I fear.
for
damn.
real. Well,
Somebody
My
overall,
cooked
fault,
here.
Braun.
no, for real. It was like my fault, bro. I forgot that you could be like this on the mic. All right.
My fault, Braun.
But yeah, and then I'm not gonna lie. So obviously Dom and Carlito come out right when Penta hits the backstabber on Braun, which I thought that was really fun. I love it when Carlito gets to see other people watch his shit. I mean, do his shit because Carlito always has the best expressions whenever he sees it. Um, but yeah, overall, Penta has to spin the block on Braun, and he has to spin the block on the Judgment. But What?
Not even on the Judgment Day, specifically Finn.
Yeah,
Specifically Finn.
because when Finn hit the coup de grace on that boy, I said, "Damn." Penta's only lost once. Finn Balor has lost every match that he's been in this year, I think.
So hard to be a
So
Balor fan. It's so hard.
Finn Balor.
It's so hard being a Finn Balor fan.
Bring back
It's so
Demon
hard.
Finn Balor.
so I think if all the signs are correct, I think we're heading to a fatal four way. I mean, yeah.
It looks like it because they just announced today that Penta and Braun are going to go up in a tag team match tomorrow against Dom
Mm-hmm.
and
Dominant and
so
Finn.
yeah, I think it's Dom and Finn.
Weren't
So I
Styles
can
and Braun beefing a little bit too, though?
yeah,
Yeah,
which
but
they just
he got Logan Paul now.
I think that's so. So then, if that's the case, then we're gonna get. Yeah, I think we get that fatal four-way match, but we get the Judgment Day breakup, the Raw before Mania.
I think I
Ooh.
think it's the wall. I think it's the wall after. I think that they're gonna pull some Judgment Day bullcrap on tonight's episode, on tomorrow's
Mhm.
episode. Adam Pearce is gonna be fed up as he should be, and gonna throw a cold ball to both Finn and Dom and put them both in the match. Make them,
Mm.
and I think we see Finn betray Dom to win at Mania.
Oh, oh, that would
Instead
go
of a fatal
crazy.
four-way, make it a ladder match.
I've been saying that, but like I don't know how they get to that point unless they add more people to it.
Something
Look,
I
man.
thought a few weeks ago was possibly, and I'm probably wrong, Styles, Paul, Breaker, Penta, Mysterio, and Finn in a ladder match at Mania, which I hope Daddy H hears my prayers of bringing that back because I really a ladder match at Mania hits different.
So how does I can see how AJ Styles fits in. How does Logan? Well, does Logan Paul just attach himself to the AJ Styles train?
I thought they were kind of beefing. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They are kind of beefing right now.
I really don't watch like week to week Raw. I just kind of catch the highlight reels. But from what I saw in the highlights, I thought they were beefing, and Styles and Braun were kind of beefing. So I thought we were just gonna get one big loaf of beef.
One
Right
big
now,
loaf of beef.
One big
right,
beef.
right now, Styles and Paul are kind of isolated from the IC picture. So unless they
I
like do
agree.
something now, then we're gonna have a Styles versus Paul match at Mania, which I think could be a low key banger. And then I think we end up with a fatal four way for the IC title at Mania.
Okay, I could see that.
Could see that.
That would probably be my prediction. Now, do I think that the Paul Styles match could be a banger? I more so see Styles carrying because I admit Logan has his moments. However, that's AJ motherfucking Styles we're talking about.
Oh no.
I don't disagree with you there, Steph. But as much as I hate Logan Paul as a person, I have
Mm-hmm.
to give him credit where credit is due. That motherfucker can wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
You're
I
about to piss
have
me
to
off.
give him credit for his in-ring skills. After
Fuck the
that,
credit.
fuck him.
Fuck the credit. Fuck that. Fuck him. Fuck the whole. But I'm with Nat. She said, "Fuck him. Fuck the whole family. Fuck his mom. Fuck his dad." Props to her. Yep, absolutely. Fuck him. Fuck the props.
Hey, yo, what Kendrick said? I think niggas like him should die.
All right.
And he's wrong.
All right, real quick before we wrap up our Raw recap and then head into NXT. So was finishing up with the main event, Penta Braun. We saw Penta and the Judgment Day come face to face, kind of close out that story, kind of not close out, but make some headway on that storyline. Dom throws Penta the chair after he beats up Braun with it. That was probably the dopest spot ever. seeing Dom hit the Cero Miedo and then just get completely kicked in the face with the chair. I'm sorry, Deja. I know that's your man, but that was hilarious.
I'm tired of y'all doing my goat so dirty, but it's okay. It's okay. It's just builds to the process. Oh yeah, Isaiah.
That's your goat? I'm sorry.
That's my goat. Y'all don't know. I already said Dom is dethroning Cody, guys. If 17 doesn't happen, it's gonna be Dom.
Whoa!
Oh my God.
Wait
Yeah,
a minute.
Words are
Dom,
being said, but I
wait a
refuse to
minute.
believe them.
Yeah, Dom might be Cody in like 200 years.
He in
Like-
the next 200 years, it's gonna happen. If 17 doesn't happen, they have to get me
See,
fucking something.
I'll
The
give
only
you.
goat I see.
If that ladder match happens, I'll give you Dom winning that ladder match because when Finn tries to go screw Dom over, Dom says, "Nah, fuck you, I'm gonna do this," and Dom wins the title there. But no, not dethroning Cody.
He's for sure winning at
absolutely
Mania.
not.
He's for sure winning at Mania, but he's dethroning Cody, guys. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
No,
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
I've
he
never heard
has
such
a
delusion.
long
You
way to
just
go
don't
before he
see-
touched Cody.
He's a 20-year
Hey.
vet, my guy. You need to calm it down on that one. You just don't see the vision.
Hey, what Rick James
You
said?
wonder.
Cocaine, it's a hell of a drug.
I'm just saying, Dom is a 20-year vet. Y'all need to start putting some respect on his name. And it's gonna
20-year
happen.
vet.
He's
Ain't this
20
man like 26?
He's been in WWE since he was like 6. We're not gonna forget the ladder match. My guy's a 20-year vet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's done nothing.
The only
in
belt I
those
want
20
to see on him
years.
is the Divas Championship. That's it.
You're
The
not wrong
Divas
about
Championship
that.
is crazy.
The 24/7
20-year
title.
vet. 20-year vet, my
Not the
ass. That boy is
24/7
27.
I will
No.
not tolerate this Dominic Mysterio slander. Next
The
time.
Yeah.
24/7 title needs to go to R-Truth.
Yes.
Didn't they discontinue that?
Big agree.
They
Bring
did
it back
It
discontinue that.
is.
Bring it
It
back.
is, but they need to
Wait
bring
for
it back.
R-Truth.
I mean, that's how guys like Tozawa, R-Truth,
Cedric
that's how
Alexander.
they stayed in like the forefront. Yeah, Cedric, even Apollo Crews for a little bit.
Yeah, I remember he was the
Nah.
24/7 champion.
Now, Apollo Crews is out here taking bumps.
Apollo
randomly.
Crews is out on injury, I think.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, because he had a match
Too many
against
bumps.
Gargano, and then I think he like tore something.
Damn.
Speaking of which, if they bring back the 24/7 championship, that's Tommaso. That's all Tommaso.
Nah, they won't. They're gonna have like a WWE Evolve Championship or something like that.
Yeah, they're already building to it. But
Yeah.
what was I gonna say? Does anyone have any overall thoughts on Raw, whether it be the main event or any last minute thoughts they want to get out when it comes to Raw?
One last thing. Specifically Judgment Day, specifically Carlito. Carlito's a bitch. I never cared for him back then. I just needed to get that out. Carlito's a bitch, and I will stand on that.
No.
Did
The
he spit in
reason-
your face and call you a fool?
No. I just never cared for him.
No. But here's my thing with Carlito, right? So when Carlito came back into the WWE, he came back, was a member of the LWO, and then Rey Mysterio decided to kick Santos Escobar out the LWO, or Santos Escobar decided to betray Rey Mysterio over Carlito because Rey was sided with Carlito, only for Carlito to end up leaving and joining the Judgment Day. I'm
Is he
pissed at
actually
Carlito
in the
over
Judgment
that.
Day? Nobody has officially said he's a Judgment Day member.
He is in
Bro
the
just
damn
be
Judgment
popping up.
Day.
He
just be
just
popping
kind
up
of
for it.
walks around with them.
He is in the Judgment Day.
No,
He
don't do
follows
him
them like
they-
a lost puppy.
He's
Don't
kind
do
of like
him like
Rich
they
Homie
tried-
Quan and the Migos for like he not part of the group, but he just be going to the same places for real.
Don't try and do Carlito like how they tried to do R-Truth, bruh.
R-Truth was a part of the Judgment Day. JD is the one we should be questioning if he's actually a part of the Judgment Day.
No. JD got the invite. He did everything.
JD just
Ain't got
barely
the
Nah,
got
invite.
the invite.
JD earned
got the
that.
cut. He got the cut.
JD almost died for that. JD earned
For
that.
real.
Like 5 times.
JD earned that spot.
He keep
I hope-
almost dying for it.
I wish
It's like
JD
no
would
one
done
told him
a
that he was
safe
already
and
in.
speedy recovery. Oh
Every
my
single
God.
time he go up in that match,
He almost died for
he
that.
start dying for that shit. Like, bro, you're in. Chill.
You know what it is? I think he overflipped on that backflip because his head fucked him up. He got too much.
Yo,
He got too much head on him.
He got too much head.
Bro got too
the
much
thing is
surface
that
area.
Like a counterweight while he's flipping.
It's a
so
fulcrum.
oh my God. So I watched his Chris Van Vliet interview, right? And Chris asked JD, "Do you think you have a big head?" He said, "Nah, I thought it was normal until I got over here to America."
Nah, bro. Your head big as shit.
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't
He
right.
got
Y'all,
European size head. That shit a 42.
y'all
I'm
just
42.
shit them.
That's crazy. No, listen, Deja. As much, I don't want to clown him about his head size, but because he always keeps his fucking hair up, it's just so prevalent.
All we
Like,
can see is
bruh,
straight forehead.
if you had your hair down, you'd be okay. Nah, you always got that bitch in a ponytail. Put it down,
Y'all just shame that
please.
man for his head. It's a damn shame.
We love
He's
him
fine.
though. Speedy recovery, brother.
No, for real,
Speedy
speedy
recovery.
recovery. Because
Come
oh my
back,
God,
save your team.
the fact that he took that bump and still finished the match is insane.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, he deserves a push when he comes back. I'm just saying this now. If he doesn't get a push when he comes back, I'm gonna call pissed.
Well, push.
oh no, get.
Or him
JD
and
getting a
I
Dom.
would
push.
I
Him
would
and
say
him
give
and
him a push. Him and Dom could be a crazy feud.
No, I'd say him and Dom go off, and they go up together, and they leave Finn behind.
Ooh,
No, it's gonna be Finn and
ooh.
JD. Let's be honest.
Probably, but as a Finn Balor fan, personally, Finn just needs to leave all remnants of the Judgment Day alone, and we need to get back to Demon Balor because I'm
That
tired
part.
of fighting for my life being a Finn Balor fan. So hard, like
Bring back the demon.
being a Finn Balor fan is
The
the equivalent of being a Cowboys fan. So hard life to live.
ooh.
No, I was saying that more like hey, but more like a Lakers fan.
No, it's a Cowboys
Yeah, I
fan.
agree.
Good, but
We are going to
good, but
get
No.
a Ravens Super Bowl win before we get GTA 6. The Cowboys are never seeing the Super Bowl. We're gonna get GTA 6 before we get the Cowboys Super Bowl.
Not while Jerry Jones is still in the front office.
But like the question is, are we seeing Finn Balor taking a W before GTA 6 comes out or after?
No.
I
Oh
think
my
he can win
God.
a
GTA 6 is
Mania.
gonna come out before Finn
Oh
Balor
my
catches the
God.
dub.
If he departs from the Judgment Day, yes. Right now, I don't see it. Fuck, it's so hard.
Yeah,
Man.
it's so sad to say, but I don't see Finn getting any W's soon.
I can see a win a Mania happening.
You,
Like
you can see the Mania win happening.
if it's a fatal four-way and Dom's about to win it, yeah.
I could see that.
You
But
know,
He
Dom's about to
said,
go from the pinfall. He had Finn comes down to will, hit him with the
hit him
whatever
with a
you
steel
want to hit him
chair.
with, and then takes the pin one, 2, 3, new IC champ. They okay, keep this in mind. They gave the tag titles to Cook Hawkins and Zack Ryder at WrestleMania. So that man's been on a losing
Oh
streak for
fuck. I forgot
years.
about that.
They gave the
Yeah.
IC title to Zack Ryder for no will in a ladder match. Anything can
Yeah.
happen. Mania is a master time meal,
Everything
and I
you
think and
know.
I think Finn Balor winning the title can lead to more things for him. Just saying,
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. That's fair. Hey, shout out to Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder, whatever you want to call him, Chelsea Green's husband, whatever you want to call him,
Mr. Green.
Mr. Green.
At this
Mr.
point, that's what he
Green.
is because she is girl bossing that Mr. Green.
Mr. Green.
But anyway, we about to go pay some bills real quick, and then we'll be back to talk about NXT and SmackDown. See y'all.
Need you to pick a side. Cause I really blow your spot up. That nigga really gon' spot us. Now miss calls so I call him. And he gon' blame you for the problem. Give me your reason, won't go easy. I can be the bad guy if you don't name me. Fuck your feelings and fuck your dreams. You can put that on me. It started.
All right, bills paid, lights turned back on, water didn't get cut off, all that jazz. But let's talk about NXT, our favorite Tuesday night programming. You feel me? We had a
On
lot going
Tuesday.
down. Hmm?
Come Tuesday.
Exactly. Shout out Von Wagner. Anyway, uh, we had we had Stephanie Vaquer going up against two matches. Her one against Jada Parker and one against Fallon Henley. We had the Meta Girls go up against Gigi and Tatum. We had Javon go up against Lexus King. We had a lot go on. But let's start with the first match of the night. We had Jada Parker, hey Miss Parker, go up against Stephanie Vaquer for the NXT Women's title. What did y'all think of that match? I know I had my thoughts, but I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna be a good host and let y'all get the first word.
That shit was
I don't
fire.
I don't really watch NXT a whole lot, so I'm not going to be contributing a whole lot to this conversation. I just need to stay. Booker T's a freak.
He's just like me for real.
Booker T is a fucking freak.
Freak
Cody
ain't the
T-
word. Freak is
He
not
just
the word.
like me for real.
Someone said, you know, Booker T be getting put on the couch at home every time he come back from an NXT taping.
He probably got put on the couch for a week after this double booking he had to do. Like he
Oh
didn't.
yeah.
He hit that joke twice.
Yeah, man, shucky now.
Ah,
Ugh, 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 ugh.
Ah, ah,
Yeah.
ah, ah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a fucking freak.
I felt like the match was good. I felt like, I mean, we all knew going into it, Jay Parker was going to win. Like, so I don't like. I mean, it was good, and then it just set up for the main event. Do I like go put doing team matches in one night? No, but it was good.
It definitely did what it needed to do. I thought it was cool. Jada Parker is a way better seller than I thought. Like, I don't remember her being this good of a seller. Then when we did the we did the watch along on Tuesday. Thank you to anyone who's listening that was also in the watch along on Tuesday night. We appreciate you. Um, so we did the watch along, and I was like, oh my God, I did not know that Jada Parker could sell these bumps like that. But yeah, like I feel like oh, also let's not skip over the fact that Jordan Grace came out and interrupted. Am I tweaking?
Saved.
Saved. Yes, saved. Well, no, that was the main event. I'm tweaking. I'm tweaking. Um, but no, she did get Stephanie did get jumped, which set up the main event. And I'm not gonna lie, the way how they're building up Stephanie's character, I think it's super dope. That it's definitely giving it's reminiscent of almost like Two Belt Asuka
Yes,
in
sir.
Mhm.
in the sense that it feels like whoever ends up taking either one of the belts off of her is going to end up being the next like real big threat for the women's division, which is already saying something because they're always toting and everyone knows that the NXT women's division is arguably one of the best in pro wrestling period right now.
It is. But damn.
100%.
Yeah.
Especially when Julia come back. Yeah.
She only came back on a live show then.
Yeah,
So
I
like,
saw that. She's not like televised. Like she'd be backstage, like in catering and stuff. So I don't know. I heard that she was injured. I heard she had visa issues, but apparently, like she's still cooling. So I don't know, like what the
yeah,
reality was behind all that stuff that I saw on the interwebs. But either way, I just hope when she comes back, it's as heel Julia and she taps more into her Japan tenure of wrestling and she just goes ballistic.
I
Yeah,
can
I'm
see
not
that.
mad at that.
I can see that. Honestly, I think that's what they need to do because they have way too many faces right now.
Yeah, exactly. We need a good heel in the NXT. Plus, like, there's really only two people in the division right now that could really debelt Stephanie for when she goes to main roster, and that's Julia and probably Jordan.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Mike. I think the NXT women's division, I wouldn't say in desperate need, but it does really need like that really good, just like straight up heel. And I think Julia could be that. Side note, and I know y'all probably don't pay attention to Diva Stan Twitter, but did anybody keep Mandy Rose out here just being shady?
Oh no, I peeped that. I
Yeah, I
peeped that.
peeped that.
And I
She has
love,
no right to be though. That's my
They
thing.
took your title away the second it was
like I love how the IWC just kind of came together and was like, babes, that's not like even the community creation notes had to specify what a double champion was.
Yeah,
It was kind of self-explanatory, but to me, it just comes off a little weird because why is it like in recent weeks we just keep hearing about her with these shady comments? Like, what was it? Tiffany saying, "Put some respect on my name," which has been a saying that we've heard numerous people say before. I'm confused as why she was exclusive to her. And then the double champ, like, that's like saying Cody's a double champ right now. He's the undisputed champion.
exactly.
So yeah, that's all. Solid match. Booker T is definitely sleeping on the couch. I think Booker T.
Yeah.
Booker T is what Jerry Lawler wished he could have been without being.
Ooh.
That's a good one. That's a good
Without
comparison.
Deja, what a pull! What a pull, Deja.
Like Booker T, when he does it, it doesn't come across as like when you watch old like Jerry Lawler commentary, it comes across as like creepy and like really sexist. Whereas you watch Booker T, like, he can sit there and comment on the match and give these women their praise. And then, he also acts like a man. So it's like a good mix.
He acts like a man.
It's a good mix.
Booker T's not really like commenting on like anything specific. All Jerry Lawler did was talk about the puppies.
Yeah. Like Jerry, like genuinely, if how the women are presented now was how they were back then, Jerry Lawler wouldn't fucking survive. He wouldn't.
No.
Oh yeah. No. Some other things I want to talk about. We talked about someone needing a definite like heel. We talked about NXT needing a definite heel, and I'm not gonna lie, watching them push this heel turn with Trick and this whole Trick Oba Javon, I think they're setting up a triple threat at Stand and Deliver. That Javon and Lexis King match. Now I've made my jokes on Lexis King. I think that his haircut looks like he gets cut by a 14-year-old Dominican. But
why
a 14-year-old Dominican is oddly specific, bro.
Like, why is so specific? I mean,
That's
I don't.
insane pull.
You're not
That's
wrong.
from real life.
He looks like his barber says, "Que lo que?"
work.
Anyway,
You're done. You're done.
I feel like you should be allowed to say that on national TV.
But like 14
I
years
feel like
old though, like
Rainier.
is he cutting him right after school? Like is that his extracurricular?
no, because the cut looks. No, the reason why I said 14 was because the cut looks sloppy. And so, mind you, quick little story time. I saw a child try and cut hair in the middle of a class while I was teaching, and then the cut came back and it looked sloppy too. So that's what I thought of.
Steph, I see that you have a yellow wristband on your arm. I assume that's the Pilot in a 5 wristband. I need you to take that off a little bit, my guy. Much appreciated. Anyway,
Not you got wristbanded on your own podcast.
Yeah,
Wristband.
not your taking his wristband. Why was the child cut? If this was your
Clock
class,
it.
Steph, why was the kid cutting hair in your class? You
That
didn't
part. Let's start there.
You didn't.
What does that say
to-
about you as a substitute teacher?
Exactly. You didn't think to take charge. You are the adult. in
You
the
let that nigga plug in the clippers, like walk across the room, plug it to a wall outlet, and
Okay, hold
walk
on.
back over with clippers in his hand,
hold on. I
Wait,
think
no.
buzzing.
No.
I think
There was no plug. There was no plug-in. All of a sudden, I'm not gonna lie, they were supposed to be doing independent work. It was an art class, and then all of a sudden, all I hear is, bzzz. I look up, I see the
that
clippers
is
come
not
up.
gonna work.
I mean,
Do you have like the cape on and everything too?
barbering
cape.
is his art.
No cape. But
Nah,
literally,
the cape would have been crazy.
the cape would have been insane. But all I hear was the bzzz, and then I look up, and then he's just like, "Oh man, I'm just gonna give him a lineup real quick." I'm like, "Bro, do you think that this is the right time?" He's like, he's like, "Yeah,
Okay.
man." He offered. He said, "Look, next time you need a cut, I can get you right for the free ski if you let me do that now." I said, "No, please step outside. Go anywhere else but here."
Not for the free ski. I'm just like Steph. You do realize you legally are the adult in the room, right?
Okay, that's the first mistake. Who's trusting staff to supervise a bunch of kids? Because
Yeah,
like
I
that's the
agree.
first mistake.
I'm
I
not
agree,
telling y'all.
but he's
I'm
legally
not.
the adult.
I'm not telling the audience where I work, but the district. That's who.
I'm just saying. I agree with Sears, but legally, you are an adult. You should probably
First of
take
all,
charge.
First of all, why didn't you take the clippers from the man? Is where I need to start.
Now, why would he stop that little boy's business? Now, that would have been foul.
Okay, hold on. Okay, we should get back to the moments of this
We
podcast.
must stay focused, brothers and sister.
Okay, let's kind of rein this back in. Oh my God. So Ricky Saints has an interview. Ricky Saints has an interview at NXT, and Ricky's talking about his win against Ridge Holland. He's talking about being the outsider, all these claims of being the outsider from NXT and not belonging, all coming from Ethan Page, which again, I said this last week. I do not care. Ethan Page should not be calling anyone an outsider of NXT. You literally came from AEW too. Anyway, I my
Ethan Page is a bitch. I'll stand on that.
he's a good wrestler, but man, is he? Oh my God, I can't stand his character. Um,
That's the point. That's
yeah,
That is the
yeah.
point. Yeah.
That that was just a jaded way of me saying he's good at his job. Oh wait, no, we were talking about the Javon, Ova and Trick thing. I completely y'all got me sidetracked. Anyway, Javon and Lexus had a banger match. Like I don't want to skip over that. Like they had a banger match. But then Oba comes out because Oba came out the car pissed, like during the middle of the little Fraxian segment, and then Oba interrupts Javon and Lexus's match. Oba tries to square up with Javon, but then Trick comes down. Trick does a trick shot into Javon. I'm like, why does my man Javon have to take the L here?
Javon just be catching strays, bro.
For real. Which is why, oh my God. Like, if anyone deserves a justified heel turn right now, it is Javon.
Agreed.
Also, that Pokemon meme of them three, I can't unsee it.
The one where it says the three of them look like evolution.
This is their evolution. Javon, Trick, Oba.
That's
Oh, wow.
crazy.
Not gonna lie, there was not a lie. There was not a lie told.
Oh, for sure, but that's crazy.
It's like watching Bane transform through the toxin, watching him through the stages as he gets buffer and bigger.
Oh my God. But nah. And then Dark State comes out. And Dark State, they don't even do nothing for real. They just showed up, and then all of a sudden, lights go out, everybody fighting. I was like, oh shit.
That's why I think Trick is the leader of Dark State. Like,
I think the
like,
thing that, like, it was a sneaky suspicion last week. It was like I could have seen it just being a coincidence last week, but here's now where the suspicion lies. When Trick got asked in the backstage interview afterwards, the same interview where he said that Javon was just collateral, whatever, and he gets asked, "Hey, what do you think about Dark State?" He says, "Dang, none of my business." What you mean by that, sir? What do you mean by that?
they're really taking out your opponents.
I think they are going to pull a swerve low key.
Ooh.
Like it's the classic storytelling of like you kind of just point the fingers at this one person so everyone has their attention on them, and at the last minute it's going to be somebody we least expect. Now, who could that person be? I don't know, but I don't think it's Trick. I think he's just so dead set on the NXT title, and it's just kind of easy to point fingers at him because it's like they are kind of doing your dirty work for you.
Yeah, they are. They really are. But speaking of which, since we're talking about Dark State, I do want to talk about the little Instagram promo that they did. Saquon Sugars can talk on the mic, bro. Don't let anybody else in that little faction talk. He's the only one that needs to do the talking. Because I'm not sure if y'all saw it, but that man came on the mic. He said, "We ain't even got to show up and chaos starts." When Dark State shows up, the lights go out. Mind you, that is a horrible line if you write it out. But the way he delivered it, I was like, oh, y'all kind of doing something. And that was when I was like, okay, he needs to be the mouthpiece moving forward. Also, I just feel like every time I hear him talk, I can fully tell that he is from DC. I know he got 3 Helly Hansons in his closet right now.
You're not shit.
Speaking of not being shit. So the result of this Meta Girls versus Gigi and Tatum match. That was my biggest disappointment of the night.
Unfortunately, they can't win them all.
This is fair. So the Mother Girls, after being built up in TNA and set up to go after the Knockout Tag Team titles, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that those are the titles that they're going after. They bounced back to NXT, and after a little bit of beef, after a little bit of backstage beef, after the first Stephanie match with everyone wanting a title shot or whatever, Ava decides to set up a match between the Meta Girls and Gigi and Tatum. They go out, and I'm not gonna lie, the Meta Girls had no forward momentum that whole match.
Yeah, they was just getting dogged on for most of it.
Yeah, like I was very, very, very confused and very concerned. But what did you guys think?
Yeah, I felt like it was disappointing to see just because they've been building up the meta goals for so long. But like, I don't know, maybe I don't know, maybe there's something else we don't know about.
Yeah, like my whole thing is that I'm fine with them losing. It's just I'm fine with them losing, but it's just a matter of fact that just like they were being built up, so I don't know where this goes. Are they gonna bounce back to TNA and then have to do a whole build there in order to try and get the knockout titles? Or honestly, because TNA's having a pay-per-view in like a couple weeks, I think. So maybe they're just like, fuck it. Everybody, there's just like, fuck it. Gigi and Tatum, uh, Gigi and Tatum, Lash and Jakara, y'all can go up against the tag teams over there for those titles and then possibly bring them back to NXT. Because let's be so honest, the reason why this TNA and NXT partnership works so well is because NXT and TNA both don't really leave Florida like that. So it's kind of like when two sitcoms. I was saying this a couple days ago. It's like when two sitcoms film on the same lot and they decide to cross over, they can just walk next door.
That God.
I would say it definitely feels like a huge pump fake to like insert Gigi and Tatum into it because I agree they were building up Jakara and Lash for those titles for a very long time, and then randomly Gigi and Tatum come in and they're going for the exact same shit, you know. So it feels like a pump fake. Like, aha, you thought they were going to get it? We're giving it to these white girls instead.
I feel like it's going to be a triple threat match at the next TNA pay-per-view, which I'm all for. I mean, it's been a thing TNA. It's been a thing that NXT wrestlers are involved with it.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't have. I thought the match itself should have been more competitive or something, or maybe like interference by the knockout champs.
Yeah, because it would have been that would have been more interesting if the actual knockout champs came instead of and interfered instead of Zarya and Sol just randomly coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole match from a storytelling perspective just feels incredibly random and like you're just throwing shit at the wall.
Yeah.
All right. Real quick, last part before we get off of NXT. Stephanie Vaquer versus Fallon Henley rematch for the North American Championship.
Ooh.
That was a good main event. Just off the fact that Stephanie got literally jumped and still was knocking them loose every which way but loose.
That's my double champ right there. Yes, sir. That's double belt Vaquer. Yes, sir.
Both of them, I didn't end up watching NXT. Did she retain both belts?
Yeah, she
Sir.
retained both.
That's tough.
Yeah. Like I said, they're building her up to be like a real like menace. Not menace, but a real like challengeable threat. She's definitely looking like yeah, it's basically what I said. It's giving very much double belt Asuka. Like
Yeah.
just in
I
terms of
forgot about
how
double belt Asuka.
yeah, just in terms of like from a storytelling perspective, that's very much what it's reminiscent of, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, if she for sure losing one of the titles at Sands level.
Oh, most
Which
definitely.
title?
He'll turn Julia. That's what I'm hoping for.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe she lose both. Who knows?
Yeah.
The
Well,
only way I could see her losing both as stand and deliver is if she is getting drafted.
Yeah.
Potential, because importantly, they really wanted where she wanted to be, so they can see her on the level. So it's
Yeah,
possible.
she picked
Yeah.
She picked NXT to go to instead of main roster because she wanted to work on her English.
So maybe what they do is a triple threat ladder match with Stephanie. I can't say her name. I'm sorry. What's what?
Julia.
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 I can't remember her name. Julia and Jordan Grace. And they do what they did with the tag titles at WrestleMania last year, where they had the match go on. They had both belts hanging, and then they do it like that. Who knows? But
Yeah,
Very well could.
I
I'm
could
not
see
mad.
that.
That's not a bad idea. Um, but yeah, overall, really solid episode of NXT. Nothing too crazy. I will say again, because we didn't really talk too much about the Ricky Saint Sean Spears, because I remembered I got distracted. I told y'all last week, Sean Spears transitional champion. Ricky Saints gets the North American Men's title at Stand and Deliver. I'm calling it right now.
I
It's
wouldn't be
either
mad at
that.
that.
It's either that or Ethan Page is gonna screw him out of it at some point, and that's gonna start their feud or further their feud, I should say, because they're already damn near beefing.
that's what I think is going to happen. But then if that happens, who does John Spears wrestles? Like, I'm pit. I'm upset that I like Sean Spears, and I want him to have a longer title than just like one defense that he
Yeah,
loses. So
that's
like,
fair.
I'm hoping the Dom story isn't over yet, just so he can have at least one set of title defense. But like right
Uh,
now, it's not looking too good for my boy.
yeah, the it's not looking good at all. But you know what is looking good? Friday nights, because SmackDown was good this week, baby. SmackDown was at the O2 Arena in London, and man, was it
Ole,
a good episode.
ole, ole, ole. Fatu, Fatu.
Uh-huh.
Ole, 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 ole.
Hey,
Fatu,
yeah,
Fatu.
yeah. All right. So the episode starts off with Randy Orton coming out. No, with the Cody and Randy segment. First off, the past 3 weeks, Randy has had these long ass segments and these long ass promos, bruh. Oh my
For
God.
no damn reason.
Like, I get that in one part, it's probably because of the audience, because of the fact that he's so loved and so over. So, of course, they're gonna be singing his theme song for the longest. Cool. I get that. But on the other hand, my brother in Christ, y'all have time to hit. I know y'all went over. I know y'all went over y'all slotted time.
Oh, absolutely they did. I'm just saying we were only 20 minutes into the episode and all we managed to do was talk.
But yeah, I thought that was a really heartwarming. I thought it was a really heartwarming segment because, of course, we all remember Cody considering himself a mentee of Randy, and that was kind of why he inherited the beef against KO, leading up or leading up to and after Saturday night's main event. So it was kind of cool to see the bond between them like furthered and kind of get shown and give it a little bit more spotlight. Like, I don't know, it's just really nice to see like a heartwarming uh Randy Orton, but also a motherfucker who still remembers that he's not to be played with. Like Randy Orton is like the OG who like won't will give the young kid who deserves to get out the hood some game, but also if you step on his law the wrong way, he will try and shoot you. Like that's
I
who
mean,
Randy Orton is.
Try.
he still dropped a threat. He said, if you get through Cena, I'm coming for this.
Exactly. Because the fact that he said that he wants 15, I need it. I need it. Not before Cena, but I need it. Let Cena get 17, then you get 15.
Agreed. We're getting to
I agree.
17. We're getting to 15.
17.
Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes in this day and age would absolutely go crazy. But I'm telling y'all right now, if that does happen, Randy needs to go back to '09 Randy. I'm talking
Yes.
full blown baby oil. Get all the baby oil you fucking can.
Not the baby
He needs
oil.
to. I don't know what
No
he needs to do
Diddy.
to Mama Rhodes. He needs to
No
RKO
Diddy.
her. He got to punt the baby. Like we need menace Randy Orton. I'm sorry, the baby.
No. If Randy Orton RKO's Brandy, oh my God.
Oh
You know how
my
crazy that
God.
would
Oh
go.
my Lord, it would go crazy. They have to do it now. It would go crazy. Like you gotta commit to the art. Like 09 Randy Orton, he was
Oh
special.
09 Randy would. Oh my God. Yeah, he's gotta bring back the menace at some point, and we're already seeing like shades of it come out because we're already seeing like shades of it come out a little bit because we'll talk about it a little bit later. But Drew McIntyre interrupts the Cody and Randy segment, and I love Drew because he really called Damian
I don't.
Timu Undertaker.
First of all, not too much on Drew. My top goats are Cena, Drew, and Dom. Let's just put that out there. But
Fuck him too.
I'm gonna love
Crazy
anything that Drew does. Anything that he does, I'm gonna support him in his right and his wrongs.
Yeah, you got that.
And Timu Undertaker was insane. It doesn't hit as crazy as bisexual Undertaker or Cuntertaker, but Timu Undertaker does hit.
Timu Undertaker is genuinely hilarious, bro. Like I don't even know what to say to that.
The Timu Taker.
Honestly, I kind of feel like the whole promo was a waste of time. I mean, like it didn't really do anything besides like tease a possible rivalry for Cody if he walks out Mania with the belt, which he's not. So like that whole 20 minutes, all I did was set up the main event.
Yeah.
You could have done that a lot faster, and not like I don't know. Like to me, it felt like a waste of time.
You know what did feel like a waste of time to me? Giving Pretty Deadly a title shot. My bad. But this is, I really
If you
like.
can see my face right now, if you can see my face,
Okay, hold on. I will defend Pretty Deadly here. I feel like they earned the title shot, especially because they were in their hometown.
Okay, because they were in their hometown, I get it, and I get it. They got screwed over by DIY. So yes, I sympathize, but also we knew how that was going.
I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate they were going to be cannon fodder anyway, but let them be cannon fodder in their own way.
Yeah.
unfortunately, I have to agree. Let them be cannon fodder, but Pretty Deadly, they need a win. I love those boys.
Let them get a win against DIY.
Exactly. Let them get a win against not my tag team champions.
I'm confused I'm confused with what's happening right now. Like with this tag the tag titles. Like I went into last week's SmackDown thinking, oh, this match is going to get interfered with. It's going to set up like a multi-team tag title match, probably a ladder match, and then she popped with one clean. I was so confused. I'm like, well, like there's only 2 weeks to Mania.
Yeah.
Who are they facing in Mania?
Yeah, something's gotta happen. Something's gotta happen. And also, if they try and like cross the streams for lack of a better word, and they try and cross storylines, because we saw that on Raw, the New Day said that they wanted a tag title shot at Mania, and they're just like, fuck it. We unifying the tag titles. War Raiders, New Day, uh, someone called Joaquin Wild and Cruz del Toro, Pretty Deadly, Street Profits, DIY, and they all go together in a ladder match for unified tag titles. I'm sorry, that would piss me off.
It would piss
No,
me off.
yeah.
Especially
That would also
they just
that's
ununified them last year.
facts, honestly.
Yeah.
On top of that, you can't call Joaquin and Cruz del Toro because they're going to be in America versus all the Hispanics on the roster. So they're already busy. They're already booked and busy.
Oh my God.
Lord have
Give
mercy.
Joaquin Wild more screen time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Genuinely, I don't know where this tag. They got 2 weeks to pull it together. That's all I'm gonna say. They got 2 weeks to pull it together.
Yeah, it seems very messy, especially when like 2 weeks ago we saw Nick Aldis with the board and the five-way we saw Nick Aldis with the five-way tie almost to figure out what the mess was going on with his tag division. Bro, if y'all don't just put Street Profits, Pretty Deadly, Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, and Los Garza in the ladder match like Sears said and call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like the path was clear until he took a sudden left turn and drove off the road. So now we don't know how to get back to the road.
Sometimes you gotta. It's not about the destination; it's about the journey. And
the journey.
Fucked.
The journey has been a roller coaster. Let me tell you that.
But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna have faith. They have 2 weeks now. This will be a different conversation the Friday before Mania, but right now they still got 2 weeks to cook.
This is very fair. This is very, very, very fair. Real quick, let's talk about the fact that Zelina Vega got some backup against Chelsea Green, and the Secret Hervis is what they are calling Piper and Alba. Which, oh my God, they need a better name.
I know, as they should. It's the Secret Service, but
Hervis?
the whole
The Secret Hervis.
Chelsea for president. It fits.
It makes sense. Like, let it be.
No, it makes sense, but I don't know. You know what? What am I? It's WWE. What am I?
In a world where Pure Fusion Collective existed, the Secret
Fair
Hervis
point.
is not that bad.
Fair point. Touche. Toupee.
And that's coming out. I actually like them. That Pure Fusion Collective was kind of ass.
That name is terrible. Just call them the stud line.
They are only acknowledged as the stud line.
It's crazy.
They are only acknowledged as the stud line.
Where they at now?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking the Pure Lesbian Collective, but that's just me. PLC.
But no. So Selena, which I'm really, really behind, Selena Vega being the next US champion. Like I need it.
Her and Meechin.
Yeah, so
At this point, they've
Selena-
been playing too much with Michin, so they might as well not even give it to her, bro.
yeah, we gotta talk about Michin in a little bit.
Michin cannot catch a fucking dub to save her goddamn life.
All I'm gonna.
I don't know what's. I'm sorry. What were you talking about, bro?
All I'm gonna say is, I realized before we started this tonight, Selena Vega is about to have a WrestleMania moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
Selena Vega is about to have a WrestleMania moment this year.
As she fucking should.
yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I did not realize that was happening until before we were talking about it tonight. I was like, wait, this is what they're doing with Mania, and she deserves a moment. Let her have it.
She does. But no, Selena got backup by the way of Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, former tag team champions, which, hallelujah, they actually got the chance to wrestle and go up against Alba and Piper because they got transferred to SmackDown like a month and a half ago and they just now got their first match.
I forgot who they were for a second. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I completely forgot who they were.
Who?
Kaden and Katana.
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
when I saw them on Friday, I was like, who are these people? Like, oh, okay, I know them. Never mind.
Side note to everything, guys. The fact that Gail Kim was fired by TNA, I hope and pray
Horrible ass decision.
that they will bring her into WWE and help save this women's division. It is not a complete shit show, but I really do think someone with her wrestling knowledge and her likability will help save this women's division, specifically the tag division, because the tag division has always been shit.
If Gail Kim is not hired immediately, they're making a huge fumble.
Well, granted, AEW also wants her, so it's her decision. But I hope they throw all of the money at her because they desperately need it.
Hey, TKO, just hand her a blank check, bro. Y'all got Saudi money over there. Just hand her a blank check.
Not for real. If y'all don't do shit else for me, nothing else. Y'all keep putting Logan Paul on my screen. Please do that. Just that one thing. That one thing.
No, wasn't Gail Kim in the WWE before?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say I don't know why I recognize that name.
And then, real quick, because there isn't really much to talk about with this match. U.S. title shot on both. U.S. title shot between L.A. Knight and Braun Strowman. They really even didn't get much time to cook, in my opinion, before Jacob Fatu just decided to come out and interrupt as his get back for what happened last week. But what do y'all think?
Ole, 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 ole. Fatu,
Uh-huh.
Fatu.
Uh-huh.
Ole, 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 ole.
Yeah.
Fatu,
Yeah.
Fatu.
Yeah.
I
Why
And
do
I
I
mean,
why do I feel like this is just a mirror image of the IC title picture?
It kind of is.
yes.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Just Samoan.
It's copied right now. Also, have
It's
y'all peeped
bar.
all the Samoan wrestlers have like the most banger theme songs on the roster?
Yeah.
Because
Noticing.
Solo's theme, fucking insane.
Hard.
Jacob's theme,
Hard.
insane. And all
Even
that
Jimmy's fucking hard.
of course.
I was born a king. Speaking of which,
You know,
Jimmy low-key dog walked the Miz.
As he should.
there's no low key about it.
Ooh,
Nah, Jimmy went up against Big Miz. Jimmy went up, pause, not Big Miz. Jimmy went up against the Miz and got dog walked. But anyway, we about to go pay some bills. We'll see y'all in a little bit. By this point, I don't need to.
Okay, P, I can't fall asleep. Creep, all my songs they hit repeat. Yeah, I lie every time I breathe. European bitch, she rough and tea. Weak, damn, you had a Jeep. I got a jacket, she stay in the streets. Tell her pull up, but it's gon' cost a fee. Go bring your friend, we can set up a 3.
All right, we back. Thank you for going through our little commercial break. But we back talking about SmackDown. Naomi. Amazing vignette. Amazing segment.
with caution.
Naomi Davis for real.
Naomi Davis. Naomi Bassett.
Proceed with
Like,
caution.
not for real. Proceed with caution. Because the way how they are running with this heel turn and the way how she is just out, like, I already had high expectations because 2015 Naomi, that's a hard act to follow. If you know, you know. But
Mhm.
this run right now is setting up to be incredibly great. Even down to the difference in the graphics, like her little green star turning red. I love the little touch. I love the little touches. Um, I'm loving that the caution tape gear is sticking around for a little while. I hope that that just becomes, her default for this whole run. But what did we think about the segment? What did we think about the vignette? Her saying, I did everything for the right reasons. Um, Bianca, why would you think that I was doing this out of a nefarious way? I hated the fact that Jade was coming and taking the spot that I should have. I've been inspiring women for so on and so forth. But what did you guys think?
I thought she cooked. I thought that this segment definitely helped pull away from that. I did it for The Rock. And it definitely adds some
Yeah.
and like I said last time, I think this has the makings to, I don't know if the match necessarily will be match of the weekend, but this is definitely one of the more interesting stories going into Mania weekend outside of both main events.
Yes, most definitely. I think from a story perspective, I think that this is the one where I will be eyes glued. Because in my opinion, this is the best story coming out of SmackDown right now.
Not for real.
100%.
I agree.
Technically, if you want to be technical, because Cody's been on Raw more as of late, so we're just gonna basically consider him a Raw superstar. But yes, I agree. This is probably the most interesting storyline on SmackDown. And those like treacherous, like what was it, going on 2 months where SmackDown was kind of shit, and this was the best they had going.
Yeah.
Which according to, again, this is just what I'm seeing from random places, and I think WrestleOps or someone said that they're thinking about rolling back the 3 hour SmackDown and just taking it back to 2 hours, which honestly, please, 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 please.
Yes, I absolutely. SmackDown needs to be a 2 hour show. Raw is fine because for so long it's been a 3 hour show. They've grown accustomed to that 3 hour format. But this 3 hours is really hurting SmackDown, and it's showing.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why Randy and Cody took 20 minutes to get down there.
Hey,
They knew they had time.
I feel 3 hours summer.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. But Man. So that Naomi segment bleeds right into the Michin and Charlotte Flair match, where Michin is kind of inheriting the beef after Charlotte put the hurt on B-Fab last week. And man, so before the match, no, was it before the match started or was it in the middle of the match when the interference kicked in? Yeah, it was before the match
It was
started.
before the match started. It was when Naomi's interference happened.
Yeah, before the match even gets a chance to start, because Michin and B-Fab were making their way out and they were showing support to Jade Cargill after Jade was like, hey, wherever Naomi at, it's on site. By the way, Jade in the Kill Bill gear.
Yes, sir.
Amazing. The storytelling that's been shown throughout these costumes and throughout these gears has been, oh my God, it's been so good. But I really do. But like I was saying, so before the Michin and Charlotte match, Naomi comes in and Naomi starts putting the hurt. Naomi is like choking out B-Fab. Like I thought I saw B-Fab turn blue in the face for a second.
I'm
Like
tired of
she,
them having B-Fab be cannon fodder, bro.
oh for real,
Give
B-Fab
her a
needs her.
fucking dub, please. Like, god
Yeah,
damn.
it's hard being a B-Fab fan out here. She needs her moment.
She does.
Um, but I
Give her
fully
a dub
believe,
somewhere.
I fully believe that yeah, this was just crazy interference. Like this whole this like from the segment to the beginning of this Michin and Charlotte match was just crazy to me because Naomi just came out on Demon Time. She mollywopped Michin, choked out B-Fab. B-Fab could barely walk backstage after security and everything. And Jade came out and um and Naomi ran off. Which by the way, I'm
I
kind of
need
with
Naomi stop running from Jade's fade.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I think Deja said this last week. We got to stop with the scared heel thing going on. We got to
Don't be a
stop with the
heel. Stand
Right,
on it.
because how you got smoke for everybody except for your main op?
No,
for real.
Soon as your main op show up, you get the catching feet. Nah, stand on business.
Like, this is
That's
what
what
you
I'm
here
saying.
for, right?
Like, can we get at least a little bit of a brawl, a little bit of a scrap, so that way we can get the match confirmed at Mania already?
I I need them to, especially just to show like Naomi's not all talk. Like
Yeah,
like you jump at other people, fight your op.
for real. But yeah, man, that was just a great segment and a great kind of like way to open up a match and to kind of like again just show how relevant and how overarching the storyline is and how impactful it is. I thought it was really cool. But getting into the Michin versus Charlotte match, I ain't gonna lie, Charlotte. I've been on this podcast saying that I'm not a huge fan of Charlotte Flair. Charlotte kind of stole the show for me with this match. Charlotte did her little thing. That little
Honestly,
ankle lock. Go ahead.
I think this match was actually kind of mid and only for the reason that the interference was the main part of it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That
They kind of
I'm not
overshadowed the
mad at.
entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Nishin was already fucked up. I don't know why she tried to continue that fight, knowing damn well you need to be at 100% just to fight Charlotte Flair.
not for real.
Which side note, I know y'all won't care because y'all probably aren't on Diva Stan Twitter. Steph might be though. Charlotte's fit 8. Okay, my queen know how to. She know how to put that shit on. Not gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie. I saw folks saying that because I don't know how I ended up on Diva Stan Twitter. Maybe it's because I just really like AJ Lee and I really like Naomi and Jade. But
Hurts.
You just be on Twitter a lot.
Just come
this is
to
also
people
true.
the dark side. Just come over to Diva Stan Twitter. I want someone to gag over it with.
Um, but yeah, so I saw folks talking about Charlotte Fit. I ain't gonna lie. I thought she had better, but that's just me though.
No, like she has that better, but like in the hierarchy as of late, that she put that shit on. Not gonna lie. But I
That's
agree with
right.
Iser wholeheartedly. This match, I think it was a solid match, but genuinely, the interference just kind of fucked it up. It was like you could tell what it was there for.
Yeah, that's
It
fair.
was a filler match.
Yes, and my girls
Yeah.
deserve better.
Just give Meechin a dub. Give B-Fab a dub. Like,
But that stare down though,
oh my God, the Jade and Charlotte stare down.
that stare down was crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of like
Um,
the key thing we got from this. Is like,
I I think we get that the Friday before Mania.
you think so?
I don't think
No, wait, no.
No.
Friday after. Friday after. My apologies.
I don't know
I
Friday after. I think Mania is gonna expand upon bringing Bianca back into the feud because right now, she's in the title mix, but she has to be pulled back in it because she's the center of it. I think we're
Mhm.
getting Charlotte and Jade probably SummerSlam would be my best guess.
which
If that's the case, then Bianca has to lose at Mania.
She is
and
because
Charlotte
Io's
That's what I've
has
been
to win.
saying.
gonna win, so she is gonna lose. I love Bianca,
Hell
but Io's gonna win.
But there's also meaning that Charlotte has to win, which pisses me off.
Yeah, do we really need another Charlotte Flair title run?
No, we
I
know we
mean,
don't.
we don't need it, but at the same time, you know damn well it's gonna happen. You don't bring her back off an injury. You know every time she comes back after some time off, she gets a title reign.
But
She's
I
a
think they,
16-time champion now, I think. You know,
I
no,
don't
she's
remember.
I feel
14.
like,
14.
yeah.
Okay.
I think the issue with the Rumble in hindsight, I think the problem was at the time they didn't build anybody up as properly as they should have to win the Rumble. Because going in that
Mhm.
Rumble, let's be for real. Who out of the entire women's division did you really think was a for sure set in like Rumble winner? Like I
Bianca.
understand Jay was a surprise, and anybody else would have been a surprise, but I think that's probably what they were going for. Like Charlotte hasn't been on TV in a year. Let's go for the surprise factor. Do I think she needs the win? Absolutely not. But since we're on it, can we talk about that murder we saw on TV last week with her and Tiffany? Because I watched it again and I'm still not over it.
Oh yeah, we talked about this last week, but oh my God, Charlotte dog walked Tiffany, bro.
Oh my God, yo. And there was nothing Tiffany could do about it either.
There's nothing
Not
you can say. That poor girl.
She
it
got
was,
coo- she got cooked. Didn't even mean to get cooked. Still got cooked.
bro. We watched a murder happen.
Like for real, it's you want to see a dead body? That's what it gave. This week,
You want to see a dead
You see a
body?
this
dead
week,
body?
Tiffany kind of saved herself just a little bit, but last week, like it was like Charlotte, like girl, you realize this is scripted, right? Think about it. Like you had to go that hard in the bank. I'm
Nah.
sorry.
That's why
She
I
said,
think
"Fuck
this week,
her."
yeah, that's why I think this week when they had to do the Tiffany segment, they was like, let's keep her far away from Charlotte. But Tiffany was putting up A1. Tiffany, she did what needed to be done. I'm not gonna say it was an A1 like it wasn't A1 mic work, but she did what she needed to get done this week. Like,
Her her youth is showing on her mic work.
yeah,
I, I
yeah,
also I also think they set up for failure by making her a face.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get it. The crowd got behind her so fast, but like she is a bad face. Like she's a lot better of a heel. So like
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
I
know
don't
what
disagree with you.
I don't know what I don't know what face Tiffany like I can't think of like a face Tiffany like moment or something like that. Like I get it. Obviously, people were sympathizing. Like Sears said, people got behind her. People were sympathizing because of the fact that like Naya was dog walking Tiffany and was just like, hey, was just completely like raining down on her character, and she was just a sidekick. Oh my God, I turned this into an Usher song for a second, and things like that. But speaking of Naya, is Naya just in catering? Did she have a warrant? Did she not go overseas?
She
They
said
Like,
she didn't go on Twitter. She said she wasn't going.
they got my
Nah,
girl out here in
nah,
catering, fighting for the
Naya
big
can
dog.
Her
chill for a
ass,
little bit.
yeah, her
She's not
ass is on
needed.
American soil.
yeah, she just had like almost a year long title reign, one Queen of the Ring, and all
oh no,
that. Like
she most definitely deserves the vacation. But I was
Well,
just like,
it wasn't
dang,
a year-long title reign. She won it back in August at SummerSlam.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
because remember, Queen of the Ring was the winner
yeah.
gets an opportunity at SummerSlam for the title.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I feel
Yeah,
like
you're right.
that feels like
Yeah,
her reign was so much longer than what it was. Wow.
It
because she
feels
was
longer.
constantly defending.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will say, as a Nia fan, they need to stop doing my girl dirty. Unfortunately, in the hierarchy of the Samoans, right now she must have been forgotten about. I guess they left her off the family tree. I don't know.
No,
That's because she was so prevalent for so long.
she's about to be in the tag title picture or uh women's battle royal. I don't know.
Oh, what, with Candace?
Yeah, I mean, what else are they gonna do with the tag titles? I mean, that's that's like one area that the women's division is slacking right now is the tag title
Like,
picture. Like, what are they gonna do with that?
But that's also where my problem goes back to earlier, where I said we need to normalize. Not every women's feud needs to revolve around a title.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
they need, like
yeah.
it could genuinely just be this, like, and that's why again I'm going back to it. I hope they hear my prayers. Please, please, please bring in Gail Kim. I'm hoping she'll be a saving grace and help push that forward, because you could easily have them be on TV and like not a nothing feud, but a nothing feud that doesn't revolve around the title, and not just not have her on TV. Naya's too good to not be on TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I also feel like they have way too much going on right now. Just like in terms of like they have, the bloodline, they have the world title picture, the mid card title, they have the women's world title, the
Hmm.
title, like they have so much happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to do those it's hard to like to build those non-title storylines for like events like WrestleMania.
Most
But
definitely.
I but I think that's exactly what'll happen after WrestleMania. So after the draft happens, this is where a lot of your non-title beefs will start.
I agree.
Because it's a clean slate at this point.
I agree.
Yeah.
New season, pretty
Um,
much.
Hmm.
real quick, because we did get a little bit off track. So we were on the Meechin and Charlotte match. So Charlotte obviously wins. I need Meechin to get a dub at some point. But then we
Please.
have
Nah, I'm okay. I'm okay with her not getting a dub.
You're about to
At
get
this point, like, listen, I Mishin, if they didn't give her the US title when they had that street fight,
that is a
hmm
very fair point.
they they're playing with her at this point. There's no need to keep toying with her. Just take her off of TV. If you're gonna keep putting her on TV and giving her L's,
fair enough.
wasted potential.
Hey, her husband's over at AEW. That's all I'm gonna say.
Who her
Where is
husband?
Keith Lee? Where is
Doing
he
the
at?
exact same thing she's actually no, he's actually doing less than what she's doing. So at least he's on TV.
But
Speaking,
Keith Lee's on injury though. So that's the
Is
thing.
he?
Yeah.
For what? He hasn't done anything.
Give give me a second. I could swear he's on injury. Like
oh my gosh.
What is he injured from? Like,
Who injured him is my question. That motherfucker
did
big as
he
shit.
did he eat too much in catering or something? Because he hasn't done shit.
oh my gosh.
Like, I love
hey
Keith
yo.
Lee. I'm all for he is living this, but like he's also living this on his TV time right now. Like, I
Oh
need
my
him doing something.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
and he was in WWE right now. I can tell you, Triple H love that man. He would be doing something right now.
they haven't they still haven't disclosed the injury.
Uh
It's
huh.
still undisclosed, but his last match was when he was supposed to go up against Swerve at World's End.
When was that? Like 2 years
That
ago?
yeah, that was October of 2024 that he got that they said that he was not medically cleared to return to action.
I swear to
Yeah,
TV longer
Uh
than
huh.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. It was longer than that. He hasn't done anything since.
yeah, I don't know what's going on. All I'm saying is if Micha wants to stop getting L's, set up a meeting with Tony maybe. I don't know. Because if they bring back like TNA run Michin, that would be crazy. Or even NXT Michin, that would be insane.
Mm.
Speaking of runs, I'm sorry to jump ahead a little bit, Steph, because I know we're going to talk about. Can we talk about Miss Girl? Miss Girl from AEW, who's now singing WWE's praises.
Oy vey, we gonna talk about we gonna.
I've been waiting to talk
Let's
about
not get to that page yet.
I see what you did
Um,
there, but no, I'm gonna be so honest. I genuinely not care about that. Like I genuinely could care less. However, let's get back on track. So Randy and Drew end up having a match, right?
mhm.
And of course, I'm not gonna lie. They was hyping this on commentary a little bit more than they should have. Like it was a good match, but they were talking about this is a PLE level event match, blah 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 blah. Bruh, bruh. No, I
It's
admit
just the names.
yeah, these are two heavy names, but I feel like it was kind of like writing on the wall for it. Like it was very like the beats I could almost tell were the same. Like I was like, okay, oh, it's gonna be a failed RKO. Oh, Randy's gonna take a Claymore. Oh, Kevin's gonna come out. Oh, Drew's gonna take the win. Like I knew that Drew was gonna take the win because obviously it's the UK and they had Lewis Capaldi. Yeah, they had Lewis Capaldi there. I'm just gonna tell the whole Drew sequence right now, and then I'll ask you guys your thoughts. But he talks to Lewis Capaldi after his win and after a little segment with Kathy Kelly. Kathy Kelly, right? Yeah, Kathy Kelly. I get her and Jackie Redmond confused a lot, but yeah, so he talks to Kathy Kelly, and then he opens up the door. Damien's there. They scrap in the parking lot, which I'm not gonna lie, I missed the parking lot scraps. That warmed my heart a little bit. But Damien does a South of Heaven on top of the car and puts him through the glass. What did you
Good,
guys think?
good. He deserved
Yo,
it.
you really hate Drew, bro.
not too much with my go.
Nah, I don't like Drew. He a bitch. He's a whiny bitch. A big whiny bitch.
Not too much on him.
So just
Um,
to just so we're clear, you think that Drew is a big whiny bitch?
He is a big whiny bitch. Yes.
Okay.
anyway,
Sorry, Dej.
anyways,
I'm telling Drew.
yeah,
Tell him.
he's gonna
I'll
roast you
tell
on
it to his
Twitter.
face.
He's gonna
Drew
roast you on
McIntyre,
Twitter.
you are a big whiny bitch.
Isaiah gonna catch a claymore.
I don't give a fuck.
I think the segment was solid. As somebody that loves Drew and also really likes Damien, I think them building off the storyline and also bringing in those real like elements where everyone's kind of downplaying Damien really helps
Yeah.
it. I think again, this is like honestly, so far in terms of like storyline wise, the matches for Mania are kind of cooking just a little bit, just a wee bit.
I'm not
Some
gonna.
still simmering.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. The Drew and Damien feud has been needing to happen for like a year.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this is overdue. Like this is really full circle if you think about it. Because does anyone remember that random Raw when Damien was still champion and he said to Drew, "Hey, I'm gonna beat your ass in front of your wife. Where's she at?" And then Drew was like, "You better not keep going down this road." And Damien was just like, "Oh, I didn't say that because I actually think anything of you and your wife. No, I said that because I wanted to know if I could get under your skin."
This beef has been building up now for about a year and a half since the Survivor Series and Punk came back. So 2023.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like
Yep.
they've been beefing this entire time, and I'm happy that like they'll get enough opportunity to like highlight it. I wish they would lean into that more and talk about the history between them two. But
yeah,
like
same.
I feel like this I feel like the backstage ball gave the story the intensity it needs. You know,
Um, I'm
like
not gonna lie. The way how I see this going, just give them a street fight. Call it a day.
I feel we get a part two at Backlash. Uh,
And
but St. Louis, I think it is.
Yeah, it's in St. Louis this
yeah.
year.
I didn't get a part two. I think that would be a free fight. But I think this is gonna be a straight out match.
Mm,
I agree.
So
I'm not mad at that.
they have way too much going on, right?
Are you
Yeah, yeah.
serious? I think the only reason why that they don't lean into more of Drew and Damian Priest's
Damien.
history is because where CM Punk fits into all of that that CM Punk and Drew storyline kind of just overlaps it. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, the moment happened, Drew and Priest are fighting for the championship. Oh, here comes CM Punk, you know.
I guess. I
Speaking
don't
of
know.
Punk, let's talk about the contract signing because man, as a Punk fan, I have never felt happier for him than I did on Friday.
Steph was crashing the fuck out about that, bro.
My boy finally got to be a WrestleMania main eventer.
And honestly,
Yay!
is it just me or is anybody else a little pissed about that? Because then we know for a fact that they're moving the Jay and Gunter match.
If we're gonna be for
I'm
real,
mad. I'm mad.
and
I'm
I said
mad.
that's me.
I'm pissed about that.
I was not in the stars for Jay. I'm sorry. As
I want it
someone
really
that
bad.
loves Jay, it's not in the stars.
I
I
feel
just
like
want
as
it
soon as
really
they set
main
up this
event.
triple, I feel like as soon as they set up this triple threat, we already knew it was main eventing. This is like 10 years of history.
And you already know Cody and Cena are not doing anything less than the main event. And I mean WrestleMania Sunday Mania.
Yeah,
Yes.
they'll
Yeah,
close the show with
They are
women's tag
absolutely.
team.
closing the show, closing out the weekend. Seth, Punk are closing out night one.
Yes, we are going to hear and new at the end of WrestleMania 41.
Hey, there we go. And new 17.
They
17.
should bring back Samantha Irving, so let her do ring announcers.
I think she's
No.
going to AEW. Personally.
Yeah, I'm shocked she hasn't found AEW yet.
Shout out to them at to her and Ricochet. They got married, y'all.
Yeah, they finally tied the knot.
Props to them. Also,
But
do y'all see the video that JoJo was one of her bridesmaids? I was like, that was so cute.
oh yeah, I did.
I
But
feel like the segment was, I don't know, I feel like it was kind of pointless. Besides the fact that they're announcing it at the main event and giving rated.
That was rude.
all right, for the listeners, Sears' cat just completely just walked into frame, stopped for a second, and then walked off.
Disrespectful. You hear me? He's saying what in front of me too. Anyway,
But
I think it was kind of pointless besides the fact of like giving Punk that moment
mhm.
and announcing that it was a main event, and also teasing the fact that like that's not the favorite he is. Other than that, like it did nothing besides before it.
I
Okay, so
agree.
I have two questions. I have a statement and a question. Then after that, so my statement is, I'm not gonna lie. The funniest line of that whole segment is when CM Punk has tears in his eyes, talking about he's happy he's a WrestleMania main eventer, and all Roman says is, "One man's dream is another man's favorite check." That was the funniest shit ever. Uh, you couldn't tell me different.
No, funniest line definitely was, come on, buddy. Page 4, clause 5. We ain't got all day, kid.
Right. He said, "Come on, bruh. It's there."
He said, "Hurry this shit up. We closing out the show." Um,
Roman said, "I'm
but
trying to go, bruh."
Also, did we peep the shade of Big Chief, the Ula
oh
follower,
yeah,
Big
yeah,
Dog?
Big dog. That was funny. That was so
Yeah.
funny.
It's like, big dog, are we throwing that in there?
I mean, the whole segment
Um,
was funny. With Steph crashing out, Roman like thinking he got one over on Punk, and Punk sitting there crying. It was just good.
That's
It was all hilarious.
that's not the favorite mode. So I guess
but
I know
yes,
what your follow-up question is. What the fuck is the favor?
absolutely. That is definitely my follow-up question. What the fuck is the favor? Like,
It's
we're
giving Paul Heyman heel turn at Mania, guys. You got to
I
see
was
the vision. We're playing the
you think
long.
it's a bro? If it ends up being a custody of Paul match, that's gonna be hilarious. But
No. So
It is.
so you remember when CM Punk was leaving with the Bloodline 2.0, Paul Heyman said, "Take me with you." Is this
ooh.
Is this
Ooh.
Paul? Is this the favor?
Well,
Punk
Ooh.
that
Punk
instance, I think that
Punk
was more
wins
so.
and Heyman goes with Punk.
I think
Ooh.
instance of Take Me With You is more so Save Me from Solo, but I definitely do think it's happening. We're getting Heyman is going to betray his tribal chief and walk out with Punk because the original Paul Heyman guy is CM Punk.
I don't think that. I don't think that's the fable. I think the fable has something to do with a title match in the future.
Yeah, I think
Hmm.
I really do think that the favor is going to be, hey, if I win this match night one, I end up either in night two or I end up getting the next shot after whatever happens at night two.
Yeah, but I can see a Paul Heyman heel turn happening before Seth Rollins.
Mm. I've been seeing that go around. Honestly, my only thing about that is I don't know what the long-term story potential there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I
like
mean,
the fable is intriguing because like I, it's been going on for now for 6 months, and
Yeah, the only
we had no idea.
that is my thing. I hope that they had the favor planned out this whole 6 months and that they're not just throwing stuff at the wall because we've seen this happen a lot recently.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like it is because like they went like I feel like they went into it with like the plans of like Jay's winning. Cena, well, they knew Cena's one wasn't confirmed, but like Cena was gonna get the WrestleMania match. Like
Yeah,
I feel like it was. I'm just intrigued of like what's happening.
I feel you. All
I
right,
mean,
just real quick, anyone have any last minute thoughts or comments on the contract signing so that way we can close out SmackDown and we can head into some of the news real quick.
No, sir.
I'm gonna disagree with Sears. I didn't think it was pointless. I think it was an easy way of telling the story without doing too much. Got some comedy bits in there. I think it progressed the story further as like what this favor is. And I think it was just overall a nice spot to slip in a good feel good moment for CM Punk fans, myself included.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie. Once I saw that man shed tears, I was like, "Oh my God, Phil!" Like I didn't even say Punk. I said Phil.
And AJ better be there front row. Front row.
Oh,
I'm not playing with
absolutely.
her. She ain't got to wrestle. She need to be there front row.
AJ, step out the house.
Exactly.
Grace us with your presence, please.
Your
Bring
PTO
your
is
wife
done.
to work day.
PTO is done. She's not even an employee there. PTO is over.
All right.
Um,
I'm not gonna lie. I gotta step. I still gotta take Shayla home, so I'm gonna have to dip.
all right.
Hey,
Bye,
girl.
Isaiah. Thank you for joining us on this episode.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Y'all be
Farewell,
safe.
sir. Farewell.
Peace. All right. Real quick, just to run through some of the news before we get into our last little topic and then I close out. Ray Phoenix is confirmed to debut next week on SmackDown. Hallelujah. I cannot wait. And I'm very
Woo!
happy that he's on SmackDown instead of Raw because that means that Penta is still going to be a singles guy. Um,
Finger taps,
I,
finger
I
taps.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like it's too
Evolution
early for
is
Finn to be doing tag stuff anyway.
absolutely. Evolution is supposedly making a comeback. I cannot wait to see what the card is going to be.
About
Um,
fucking time, guys. About fucking time.
I need Steph
Mhm.
versus EO immediately.
that
Book
would
it.
be great. I'm not gonna lie. If Evolution does end up happening, and Evolution does, I expect like 90% of the, no, I expect like at least two solid NXT Women's Division call-up matches to happen on this
Yup.
card. Um, Stone Cold versus Bret Hart is ending up to be the first match in the WWE Hall of Fame, which makes Bret Hart a three-time
Mhm.
WWE Hall of Famer.
Something else he could shove in Goldberg's face.
Yes. And then, last but not least, just like Deja said, someone has been making a bit of a noise lately while promoting her new book and
It's
her
a page
departure
turner.
from And exactly. And her departure from AEW all in the same week. She's been going on these podcasts talking about the book, talking about her time at WWE, saying that she wants to come back. So Deja, do you want to get into it a little bit more? Because like I said, like I genuinely do not care, but I do think that this is newsworthy enough to like talk about.
It is newsworthy. Do I care all that much? Not necessarily, not gonna lie. I was not the biggest Paige fan. However, I can appreciate what she contributed to the women's revolution, and I can appreciate her work. Now, I don't recall her speaking bad about WWE. She probably did on numerous occasions because everyone does, but they always end up back there one way or another. I just find it funny that now her time is over and she's just like, oh yeah, like I love it there, this and the third. I'm just like, girl, if you were talking shit, were you not just talking shit that long ago?
Yeah, she was talking about like, oh my God, I grew up there. Oh my God, like if Hunter calls, I'm there. And then she was making all these tweets, kind of like teasing a return. And I'm just like, please, please. I feel like we don't need this. Like, I feel like anyone from her era, we literally had Nikki Bella show up in the Royal Rumble, and we have no idea whether or not she's coming back or not. That's someone I would like to see return. You still have Natalia on your roster. That's someone I would like to see happen. I know that she's potentially teaming up with Maxine Dupree, and that's what kind of what they're teasing or whatever. I would like to see that kind of further. We don't really need we don't really need Paige, Soraya, whatever she want whatever her yeah, because she said that she would go back to being Paige if she came back. So we don't really need Paige.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
I disagree. I feel like not as a on-screen character, but like it's, to me, she reminded me of a CM Punk. Like
Uh,
WWE, like yeah, she didn't start off in WWE. She was on an independent scene, but like WWE made her who she was. It gave her a name, and like she went on to AEW, won the women's world title now. Great, didn't work out. I think she's about to retire anyway, so why not end it with WWE where she got her name from, and then she can work behind the scenes as a producer or as someone in NXT helping out the younger talent there.
mhm.
I feel like this like whole opportunity just makes sense in terms of like post wrestling.
That okay. That's fair when I think about it like that. But my thing is this is my only retort, and this is very minor. If she were to come back as a producer or something like that, or if she was to enter back in the fold that way, Jason Jordan did the same thing and he did it quietly. What's the what's
Well, she should. I think she should have some matches, but no. I mean, like I personally like to see a Roxanne versus Page match. I think that could be something. Maybe a Corey J
I'm
versus Page.
I'm
Maybe
not I'm not mad at that.
like there's some potential though. Like, do I think she needs to win the world title before she retires? No. Like she doesn't need a championship before she retires. But I think a nice one where she's like building up the future and then
Mhm.
goes out like giving like the spotlight of like to someone.
All right, that's fair. Um, real quick, I do gotta wrap because we are closing out here. But I do just real quick want to thank all of my guests for coming in today. Isaiah, even though he left, I want to thank Deja for coming through. I want to thank Sears for coming through. I want to thank Mike for coming through. I
You're
appreciate you all for stopping by the Top Rope Boys pod. Real quick, if you guys got anything to plug, anything I want to say, now is the time.
They went ended it last week of let's just enjoy some good old fashioned wrestling. Hopefully Triple H doesn't piss me off Mania weekend. And Dominic Mysterio winning all 2025. He's going to dethrone Cody.
All right, guys, this is the Top Rope Boys podcast. This is episode 4. After that, after the delusion, I'm sorry, I had to cut it off. Thank you guys for
yeah, it
watching.
was
Thank you
time.
guys
I'll
for
let
listening.
boy
You guys have a great one tonight.
carry
Thank
out,
you
yo.
guys. Oh my God.